You have to learn the business language. Tosao Chen, Tweedy La, Tada, Shauda. The Chinese, when they started seeing us, then they started the credit facility. You come for one container and then you continue. You'll pay later. Now, for you have that pride. This time I've taken 2-3 containers, my dear. But he's a very good friend of mine. We went together to buy. He bought the machines in US. But he's just providing a service. It's not important. Just bring that thing once, you pay the taxes, you get the service. That's why even he's in the first family, because he's flying. The flight was from Entebbe to Nairobi. Then from Nairobi to Dubai. He told me, Becca, from here to Nairobi, I've paid for. You can eat. Now, from Nairobi to Dubai, told me that I don't have. And these people want $160 US for the food. For the food, I calculated 160. It was a lot of money. And I said, no. We went, and that is my first time to see Sudhir. He was not so rich as now. And you know, these rich people are very intelligent. Don't just see someone when he's rich and you think he's not intelligent. So he told us, he just brought for my mother deal. Yeah. Madam, do you have a car? No. Now, what we do? Let's do a top-up game. My mother was sharp enough, said no. Okay. A second deal. Another challenge. There used to be so many Nigerians. And every Nigerian man was holding a Ugandan passport. I have to thank the government. Because when we talked about this, immediately, when we made an alarm, immediately the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they reacted immediately that way. And that's why now passports are very difficult. And taxes were. You just bring load 2-3 containers, you bring, and taxes were. Okay. Not like these days. 1 year, I paid around 1.2 billion taxes. I went, I bought some cattle, 50 pieces of cattle. We was testing, we had some land, there is nothing. Then they told me, buy some cattle. He bought them, told me 650 each. Calves, not cattle, calves, the young ones. 650 each. Bought them in December 2023. He sold them in December 2024, January.
1 year later.
1 year. 1.7 each.
3 times.
3 times. But they have been, there's not just one person.
No maintenance.
Them, no maintenance. Yes. Just send me things, how people make business here. You know, in Uganda, you see them. But you'll find people, they want to go abroad. But what is failing? It's because us here in Uganda, we just want to be. But if you hear even the president is discouraging people to go abroad. People think that capital is money. No, capital is not money only. No. Patience is capital. Not having ego is capital. Research is capital.
Thank you for coming on the show, Becca. We're very glad to have you here. We've been following your story online, and we saw that you started business at 8 years old. For those who do not know you, please introduce yourself and tell us how you started this.
Okay. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, our viewers. I'm by the names of Kaddu. I'm a businessman.
Yes.
I steal car spare parts. I work on cars. I transfer cars from point A to point B with my carriers. Yeah, I'm in the line, all that cars.
So this story that I've been seeing going around of you starting business at 8 years old.
Yes.
Take us back to that point.
For that point. Oh, it's a long story, but still entertaining. I don't know, let me say God was on my side. Because if I try to remember, I think God has been on my side. I was a young boy at an age of, that is my first experience, to see and get money. At an age of 5 years, yes, we used to stay Bakuri flats or the Kampala. And we had a team. And all my colleagues are still alive. One of them is Josh Sewankambo, he's a lawyer. Another one is Nsereko Muhammad, that MP of Uganda, of Kampala Central. Yeah, I grew up with him. He's a very good friend of mine. I too. Another one is called Kanyike. So we used to stay on the flats. Staying on the flats, I was on the top. You know those days, 80s. So thieves had stolen money. And in the neighborhood, they had the plantation. So they were hiding this money. But we had the advantage, we were on the flat.
Yes.
We could see whatever they were doing. After these people hiding the money, for the 4 of us, we went and searched where they have put those things. So we found 2 things. First, we saw the gun. There were 2 guns and the money. But our interest, it was on the money, not on the guns. And even us, we hid that money again, put it somewhere, 4 of us, so that they don't know. But what came in our mind? What are we going to use this money for? But you're not at that age, eating. So we went with the money to the shop. I asked them, how much are these sumbis? You know, I liked these meat sumbis so much. After that, the man said, something like 100 or 80 shillings. I went, I brought the 80 shillings, and they gave us the sumbis. The 4 of us, and we ate the sumbis. We had a guy who was living in the neighborhood, and he had the Mini. These cars were for long ago. Long ago. The stories I'm telling you is for in the 80s. Yes. So this man, that car used to disturb him a lot. I personally, and asked him, hello, uncle, how are you? I'm fine. I want to buy this car. The man looked at me. Asked me, what have you told me? Told him, yes, I want to buy this car. I asked him, how much money are you selling it? He told me, I think it was like 200 or 180,000 by that time. Now, I went where we had kept the money, not even telling my friends, because we kept that money, 4 of us. But I just bypassed them, picked the money, even I don't know how much it was, and came and gave it to the man. Because me, what you're going to know about all this story, it is me, I liked cars so much. And the old people I used to admire were drivers. They change gears. And I say, I'm seeing myself in the same picture changing gears. I could admire them. So I went, I brought that money to the gentleman. What came in the gentleman's mind as an elder? He just guessed that I've picked this money
from someone,
or my parents. But remember, I'm going to come to that story. I grew up with a single mother. So they came to my mother. Coming to my mother, they asked her. That gentleman came very bitter. Said, no, madam, I've been A, B, C, D, E, and your child has come with this money. And he has given it to me. But I don't know how to explain this. My mother was too sharp. She said, yes, I'm the one who gave him the money. I think she picked it from the wardrobe. But I don't think by that time even my mother had that money. No, I don't think. So that gentleman gave the money to my mother. After giving the money to my mother, then my mother had to call me. After the gentleman had disappeared, then to the now, tell me the truth. Where did you get this money? I narrated the story that, we were at the flat, 4 of us on the flats. Then we saw people, blah, blah, blah. We picked the money. Can you take me to that place? I took her to the place. She saw even we had scratched the soil and the garden and everything. Said, okay. If you're telling me the truth, it's okay. Now don't tell your friends. Because even her, she needed that money. So that was my first experience to get money. Then I think I was around 7 years. I was coming from school. That was Uganda Road Primary School. Heading to, so my mother used to work in Cooperative Bank. So I went, phoned her, and we were going back. New old taxi park. In the old taxi park, there was this big gentleman. He had come. You know, people who don't know Sudhir Ruparelia. The people don't know him. He came with Premier. Premier, he came with something.
The
Scratch.
lottery. Yes.
Premier lottery. Scratch and win. So we bought 2 tickets. One was for my mother. Another one was for me. She scratched. She didn't get anything. I scratched. I won 10 million shillings. Then that was the second
Exposure.
and another second opportunity. And actually, my mother passed away. I'll come to that.
Sorry.
But I wanted her to see me because even me, I helped her even to her success at a certain point. Because after getting the first money, she was able, since she was self-employed, no, not self-employed somewhere in the bank, she was able to open up something for herself, a side business using the other money. Now we won another 10 million shillings. Then, you know, winning 10 million shillings at that time, it was not so easy. Then we had to go to, and the head offices were near Coil Bank. Coil Bank, even that's where they used to put the cars on diets.
Yes.
Near Coil Bank, that.
I remember.
Yes, where is Boulevard Hotel. Yes, that's where we went, and that is my first time to see Sudhir. But he was not so rich as now. And you know, these rich people are very intelligent. Don't just see someone when he's rich and you think he's not intelligent. So he told us, he just brought for my mother a deal. Yeah. Madam, do you have a car? No. Yeah. Now, what we do, let's do a top-up game. It is 10 million shillings. I give you the Hyundai. We count it 7. Then I give you 3 million. How are you seeing that? But my mother was sharp enough to say no. Okay. A second deal. Let's count the car 6 million. I add you 4 million. My mother said, no, me. What we won was cash. And those people who are winning cars, they win cars, so we want the money. Say, it's okay. Then my mother was given the money. And by the way, that money improved her business.
Yes.
From that money, she opened up a coffee factory in Nakayaga. That is past Mukono, Wantoni, as if you are going to Nkokonjiro. That's where she opened up. Because there is and my mother was so inquisitive. She was someone who wanted to be rich. Because I remember she could interview people. These people bank on a daily basis. Asking, what are you doing? Now there was a certain gentleman called Kulemba. May his soul rest.
She would ask the customers,
yes.
What business do you do?
Yes, those people at least bank on a daily, at least 2-3 days on that basis. She could ask them, how are you people? How are you? What business are you in? How is that business? So when we got this 10 million, there was a frequent banker who was called Kulemba. So she asked him, coffee is making a lot of money. So she opened up a factory. And things changed. Then that's when she bought her first car. She constructed her first house. She bought 2 taxis. And also her story was very long. She came from Western Uganda. She was the only person who came from that side to come to Kampala. After coming to Kampala, and she liked her sisters and brothers so much. Because me, I grew up seeing my uncles at home. And even I could hide my things because, you know, when a visitor could come at home, because I used to have some chicks, 2, 3, 4 at home, rearing them slowly. So, Becca, you get one, and so
your capital.
Yes. So what I could do when I see my uncle has come, I could go and hide with my bags, and we reappear in the evening
After the guest has gone.
No, yes, after the guest has, even if he has stayed, but we appear in the evening. They cannot sort it at night. Then in the morning, very early, I disappear with them. Because this is my capital. And for her, she used to like her sisters, brothers so much, so you could use my things my animals to slaughter for them. So that's how she was so hopeful to her family. And she developed herself. But unfortunately, she was just beginning to see the light. She got a stroke, died in, I think, 3 days. Now, myself, everyone looked at me. She only produced only one child. That was me. But fortunately, she had left a small house somewhere. Now, these businesses, we started with, what I forgot, before we had that coffee factory and we had these taxis. They could work at the coffee factory and later they could transport people.
Public transport.
And they could sit in them because I could sit in them because they used to cheat her. They could, by the time they could bring 5,000, 6,000, 8. But when I could sit, we could even raise 15. So he told me, in your holidays, it is a must, you have to be in these taxis. And after, you have to go to the coffee factory. That's how even I learned how to drive in these taxis. It was so good, yes, in the park, because they could tell you extend them. You were in the queue, you have to follow the queue until you reach the point you're loading passengers. Sure. So I could be in the queue and I could shift it front, rear until we put the passengers. Then even when we are in up countries, they could give me from here, drive a little bit, the drivers. Now, my mother died. Oh, when my mother died, things turned. In all story you have never heard about my father. I was just knowing your father is somewhere.
He exists.
He exists, but somewhere. I didn't know any of my brothers. But I first concentrated with my people on my mother's side. We sat down, but those days, people were so backwards. And my piece of advice is people should try to have friends that are helpful, friends that know what to do, friends that can help you, friends that have very good advice. That's where we went wrong. The meetings we are having, I can tell you, most of my mother things went like that. I remember 3 land titles were left at the Administrator General's office. No one could follow. Because when my mother died, the Administrator General told us, you bring all her belongings. We took their 3 land titles.
You thought you were doing it for safety or for custody?
Yes, no, because that was the procedure.
Right.
Yes, even she had left some money on the account. All of them, what they wanted to hear was about the money. They were aiming, all the aim was on the money that is on the account. These land titles, it was not there, and all they are concerned. And when I remember such things, sometimes I just keep quiet, feel bad, but we have to move on. Because I remember I followed them, we took 3 land titles to the Administrator General. But their aim was the money on the account. Then we had 2 taxis and her car. But they said, now this car, no one is going to drive it. We sold it. Even the taxis, that's what they said. These taxis, no one, they are going to disturb us. We sold the taxis.
That is why you're saying the advice should be good.
Advice should, yes. We have to have very good friends. She had some good friends, but I will not mention the names. Most of them, 2 were in the government. One was a minister, was a very good friend. Another one was a presidential advisor, very good friend. But when she passed on, they just disappeared.
Of course.
They disappeared, and these would be the people who would have hoped, and I think those things wouldn't have been messed up. Now, when we sold these cars and everything, we put the man at home. Every day we are eating, and we were like 3-4 people at home. Eating when I'm going back to school, take school fees, go to school. Oh, but I could ask myself, will this money reach even senior 6? But lucky enough, even my mother had left books, if she could record that this one has my money, so I could go to those people.
And ask for the money.
Yes, and they said, no problem, because those people, we went to them, because by that time there were no mobile phones.
Yes.
We went to them, talked to them, and they accepted. I have her money, but I'm going to pay. This is the payment plan. So now one time I was from someone, moving town, someone called me, Becca. Looked at him, and he was my uncle. That was my uncle. He was a brother to my father, but he was our neighbor at a certain time. But when my mother died, she had already shifted. So, Becca, how are you? I heard that your mother died. Yes. Oh, come and I take you to your uncles. Took me to my uncles near Nabugabo. My father had a very big shop. So all of them, and my father gathered all his brothers in that shop. So he took me there. I saw my uncles. Fortunately, lucky enough, I found my brother there, the older brother. Also struggling. Hey, Becca, how are you? Yes, I've been hearing about you. Your mother died? Sorry, where do you stay? No. Let me go and see where you stay. I went with him. He saw where I stayed. And after, he came back. Then he started coming to visit me, coming to see me at school, like that. So she asked me all this story. I told him the story, that this is it. So you mean you have this money? I said, yes. No, Becca, we can use that money. Because if you calculate, even that money will not take you even up to a senior 4. We can use that money, we rent out this house, your life will move on. Then we had to come and convince the family, which was not very easy.
Of course.
I called my grandmother, we convinced my grandfather, and there is an uncle of mine convincing this team. But they asked me, Becca, do you agree? I said, I agree. Even for them, they said, no, if he eats your money, it's okay. The good thing is your brother. You have the same burial grounds, you keep on seeing him. You people have the same burial grounds. Say, yeah, it's fine. They called him, they removed some small money for my school, and they gave him the money. But I like him so much. He knows me. He knows what he has done for me. He was the key to my success. Now, this is a man, I'm telling you now, this is a man who was just confident. In this world, a topic that people have to learn. You have to be confident and determined. This man was determined. The man telling you this, he just knew what to do. First and foremost, he doesn't know even where the spares come from. Because he was in the shop, he had just even come. He had worked for, I think, 1 year. Not even having the experience. But he had the confidence to tell me, no, I will support my brother. If at all I get this money. So giving him the money, he never left me behind. He called me, told me, now, let us get a shop. But not a full shop. At least a site. In this money, and I also, because he was working in my father's shop, now he wants us to be independent, both of us. So we got a shop.
Where?
In Kisekka. People had just shifted. He was in Nabugabo, now he's in Kisekka. So we got to the shop, we started business there. But in that shop, oh God, we were like 10 people. But
you one with a small section.
Small. Yes. But the good thing, Kisekka people used to get money. My God. Me, I used to come around lunchtime. I could not come in the morning because when you come in the morning, you have these elders. Even my brother goes in the morning. You have these elder people. They come very, I say, hungry or thirsty for money. They come very thirsty. When they get money, and those days people didn't have, we are not planning. We are not planning. You come, you get money, you hear them calling. They have like 5 girlfriends, 10 girlfriends. And they come bragging the following day. You hear it after, after getting something. Sarah, how are you? Where are you? Why don't you come and finish this money? It is giving me a burden. Okay, let me come and find you. That one disappears. And getting money was something very easy. That's how money was. People were doing very funny things. Now, forgetting this, when I shifted, I went to my brother's place. My brother was staying in Machin. That's where my father's residence is. And my brother had got a small local house on the boys' quarter of my father. So he told me, Becca, let's stay here. But that man who is telling me that, already he has 2 kids and a wife in a single room. Very tiny. But no. We shall stay together. No problem. This is a mission, and at a certain time, this mission will be finished. You'll excel, I will excel too.
He really had the vision.
Yeah, and very determined.
Yes.
And very determined. So we went to Kisekka people. I reached somewhere. Why? I liked the job. Because I told you something to do with cars. That's where I fall.
So what were you doing? What kind of job?
Now, I was just using my brain. You know, what we did, and people are still doing it now, but we started that thing, I think, those days. You could get a shop and put things there. These things are for display. So a customer comes. I want this. Then this is what we used to do. I want this. Hey, you want this? Yes. Okay. You check. Now, when customer is talking to someone in the shop, you go like 2 people to hear what he's saying. When you hear what he has said, you go out and go and pick that person. This one pretends as if he's trying to remove the thing from the shop. Let me look for it. I think it is here. When for you are looking for it inside. By the way, even you are not looking for it, you know where it is. You go, pick it, bring it. No. You give him this one. Have you seen that one? No. You give him this one. Then he pays and goes. The good thing, even our location, we were among the first shops.
And as soon as you enter.
Yes. And we knew what was happening inside. We could go and make research. This one has this one has this. You come, you're asking for something. I was trained. Asking for something, and we used to call it the goal. Who is going to enter into the goal?
Someone at the front.
Yes, no, the goal, you are going to talk to customers.
Okay.
And the person who should talk to customer, one, have to be very sharp. You know how to talk to them. You know how to be obedient. You know how to convince them. So, and I had that talent. So in the evening, they could go, Younger, you go in the goal. So one could be in number 9, one in number 11. Me, I'm the goal. Customer comes, these ones come and listen. Oh, let me get the ladder. So that time I used to get the ladder, go up. That time, the other one is looking for the thing. I said, don't go up, I've already brought it. You give him this one. Hey, how much is it? Then we sit in the evening.
Did it matter whether it was a man or a woman customer?
But majority were men. Yes, majority were men and majority were mechanics. Now we could sit in the evening. How much do you have? We have 80, but might be 80,000 that time. It was like 800,000 or 500,000 today. True. So that's what you have, yes. Maybe they could just give me like 10. 10 is okay for you. I could go use transport on that money. But me, I used to save. Now these people around my idea, they used to misuse the money. First and foremost, they had so many girlfriends. You know, just a piece of advice to our viewers. You know, having so many, I've seen people who have excelled, and the majority of them that have come down, it's because of having so many, these 2, 3, 4, 5 girlfriends. Yes. So that's how people, now, this now, and it became a phenomenon because they are seeing themselves every day they get money. Why should we put spares in the shop? But you have that opportunity. People are coming to the shop, but you are not using that. You could say now, Lord, today I've got 60. Let me use like 5. I save. They were not saving. Just wasting money. That people even used to rent cars. You could rent a car for a week. He has 4 wives. He rents a car. All that is expense. There was a man, I knew him very well, but he was called, we used to call him Younger. That man was lucky. But right now he's nowhere. In his brain, today I've got like 800. Let me use like 50,000, 750. That was out of the more money he used to get, the more women. And he used to rent a car on a daily basis. Go in the supermarket, open the boot, they put the things. Now time came. We sat with my brother. He told me now, we are these people. No, it was not my brother. It was someone else. He told me, me, I am someone who listens to advice. But when you deal with someone, not everyone has the bad side only. Everyone has a good side and a bad side. But try to copy the good side and leave this person here. Now, in the shop, what I noticed, after these people could get money, they could disappear. Even if he comes 15 minutes, he gets the money, he disappears. You hear him calling to go to the women, to go to the bar, he disappears. And the following day, he could come bragging. You know yesterday how many people I saw? No. Yesterday, I visited like 4 women. I went to Stella, I went to Rose, I went to Rita, I went to Helen. So I saw that side. And these people had customers. I could befriend these customers. When they could come to the shop, and what they noticed that when you go to this shop, this boy is ever there. In holidays, is ever there. Because these people could, spare. They can sell you. Now, it reached a point. You could come to the shop. You want spare parts. For them, they just want money. You can come and look for something when it is not there. It is out of stock. They go inside, it is out of stock. People don't know spare parts. They give you, it is this one. You pay. After reaching there, it is not the one. Then you come back. Coming back, you find when the money has already disappeared. And even without fear, he knows first and foremost what he has sold is not working. He has disappeared to eat that money. You come the following day, you demand for that money for 2 months and until you say, let me leave that. Whenever you find it, no, I'm going to give it to you. No, I'm going to give you money. Come on Friday, come on Monday, come. When you feel tired, you give the money. So that's where those people's mistakes. Now it came a point. First, there was these Congolese, they used to come. Some were messed up and they became my friends. Very good friends. They know me, Baker. First is ever there, if it is holidays. Secondly, he cannot cheat you. So I could eat small, but befriend them. Even they even started giving me big deals. They buy cars. They tell me, can you get some people to drive these cars to Congo? I think that was my first experience. I drove cars. We started there, and they used to give me very good money. I drove the cars to Congo. Then I was in senior 3, working with them. I was in senior 3. There was senior 3, I think, first term. There used to be here. Now I'm already established in Kisekka, but I didn't want to focus on Kisekka. Even outside Kisekka, that was my point. Now I had gone to Congo, very established in Congo. Then there used to be a Haji. He passed on. That Haji was very good in business. And even his women, the wives he left, they are the top women in Kampala. They know people who know me. They know those women. They are the top. They are like 3, but they are the top women in Kampala. That Hajj. He supported them even up to now. They are very rich. So that Haji, we used to go. He told me, just from nowhere, please, I want to teach you something. Weekend, I want you to escort me to Nairobi. To do what? He said, now in Nairobi, for them, here, when a car could break down, it could break down to an extent that you can just put it there. People who used to be there in 90s, 91, 92, 93, could find so many cars parked. You ask what is the problem? It is only the carburetor that's abandoned. So how you could tell me now, you could go and look for these cars. But in Nairobi, it was not the same. For them, they are working on this. Now, but they needed spares. Now, you may find this car, the carburetor is the problem, but other parts are okay. So you ask the owner, can you sell me this? You go and sell in Nairobi. You come back and ask him, can you sell me this? But when you come back, you notice the good things on the car, things that are still okay. When you go in Nairobi, you look for market for the things you have seen. So that was the thing I was doing during the weekends. So Haj is the one who told me that, and we could do it together. But my challenge was about capital at that time. It was capital. But capital was not so much, but 1 million. But I could not ask my brother, because my brother, when it reached school fees, could give me, because that was our agreement. Have to give you school fees till you finish education. So, and even him was. So when I told him, now I'm with Haj, he told me, yeah, you're with a good person. That man knows how to do business. So what I could do, I even like, that system of the bus, going abroad. I liked it. You sit with him, you go. And why even he liked me? For me, from my childhood, I was a very sharp man. Very sharp. Very, very sharp. So he could tell me now, Uganda, did you see that Land Rover? We could go and also make research in Nairobi. This car needs this, this car needs this, this car needs this. We write. We come back here, we look for these things. You go, have you seen a Land Rover anywhere? Yes, I've seen it. Where? I've seen 3. Hey, where have you seen them? Because me, I could move easily. Hey, where have you seen them? Why is it? You go and check whether these parts are okay. I go and check the parts are okay. Let's come and buy them. We buy them, then the Haji pays. After paying, we take to Nairobi. Something you have bought 10,000, you reach there, you sell 100,000, 150. Yes. Because I can tell you, that Haji used to use like 2 million.
To buy the parts?
To buy the parts. But when you in Nairobi, could collect like 30 million.
Wow.
Because you could do triple, 4 times, 10 times the product, the thing. But now, even him, he had this one mistake. After getting that man could get the money. Now women. After getting the money, puts it in the pocket. He'll never settle when this money is still in the pocket.
I think this is a key lesson. When you have money,
yes,
watch.
For this man could not settle. He goes out with this woman. He has just 5 minutes. We are just moving. He sees another one. Tells me now, I tell you, look at this one. But telling me such things, I'm a young boy. Even used to send me to them. You go and call me this woman. So that was only how he is. In Kampala, he has 4 women. In Nairobi, he goes sleeping with everyone around Nairobi. One day, he went with things. Then there's a certain club where in Mombasa called Casablanca. Told me, Pekka, you go to Casablanca. Because he had already a woman. And you know what? I had complained. We used to share one room.
When you're in Nairobi?
Yes. You are with him in the room, he brings a woman at night. You don't sleep the whole night. So I told him, no, this thing is inconveniencing me. Why don't you bring the women? I think up to 10, then we sleep, or midnight, then we sleep. He said, no, it's okay. So that time, we had agreed during the day, so he brought the woman at night. He left me taking supper. You know, even me exposed to this time because exposing to nightclubs. I'm a young boy. I'm exposed to nightclubs. But then you may be asking yourself, why did I miss HIV or women? Going back, when I was, before my mother passed on, you know, going back to the story, I told you my mother used to like his relatives so much. So we had like 2 of my uncles. They had HIV. They didn't have anywhere to sleep, just to come to my mother's place because they were renting, and when they became so sick, they were going to my mother's place. So my mother could tell me, watch, learn, and watch and analyze. You know, you could see someone, the skin.
I had
you know,
a relative.
Yes. No, I can remember one of my uncles. The skin. The skin reached to the point. He was like a snake. Scales could come out of it. You could even just notice that my uncle has been here. From here, he moved to this. You could see the scales.
From his skin?
Yes, very tiny with wounds. And imagine, I was the only boy at home. So my mother could tell me, no, clean, put on gloves and then clean him. Then, the other part, what scared me most, you know, he reached a point. People of these days, they know Pampers, they don't know nappy.
Yes.
Yeah, we reached a point when we are putting on my uncle nappy like a kid. One day I was removing the nappy. I found one of his private parts had peeled off. You know, it went on peeling off till it got finished. You could find like a small piece. I could tell my mother that I found like a piece in the nappy. She told me, you go and bury it somewhere. Till my uncle died. He died. AIDS of those days was AIDS. So me, even to marry, by the way, it took me time. Even to have a girlfriend.
You were very traumatized.
I could remember. Even my wife knows. When I got her, I checked her 5 times. After checking her 5 times, even I used the CD. Because I could remember my uncle. So when I was seeing Haji sleeping with all these women, I was saying to myself, this man doesn't know what he's looking for. But time reached. She also got HIV because you cannot sleep with so many women. And even this team I'm telling you in Kisekka, 80% got HIV. We had people in Kisekka. You know, they could not rent houses. You know, bragging to, they could not rent house. He asks you why I used to have a car. When you are on the fashion, why should I rent a house? House for what? When there are hotels. Now when you tell me a house, you have to buy chairs. You have to put DSTV, you have to buy. But in the hotel, you find everything there.
Ready. And they clean for you.
And they clean and they wash for you. And you tell them this room is not good. When that one checks out, you give me that room. So why do I waste my time? Till one, living that life, you bring this girl, was also infected with HIV. In those days, no medicine, nothing. He was sick in the room for so many days. He had stayed in that hotel for 6 years. So he was sick. They could look at him as a daily customer. So they saw him, looked at him, get medication. Then time went, he went to Malago. He passed on. What the hotel did, they knew he was working in Kisekka. They put his suitcase, only one suitcase. They brought it in Kisekka. The hotel van brought the suitcase in Kisekka. Then we went and picked the body and brought it in Kisekka. Then the next day, we took him to the village. So,
that was his life.
Yes, that was his life. You know, sometimes People see. You may be seeing, but you are seeing shallowly. You see, you're having money, sleeping in hotel, but what's next? So people, us many Ugandans, we don't have what next. So it was a very, very bad experience. So me, I'm running all that on HIV. So me, it took me time. So I was seeing this Hajj. But Hajj told me how to do business. Now, there used to be a certain gentleman. He used to see me with Hajj. Then this gentleman told me, he used to joke so much. He used to be a very good friend. We used to be Muslims. He used to like me so much. So, Peka, spare your kaliko sente. I told him, yes, spare kaliko sente. He told me, Naomi, money? I told him, yes. Be money. When kutwala solo kunsongera, chino tubibula. Now, going back, I was like my brother, very confident. You bring the money, you're going to farm cent. You will see how we are going to get money here. I said, okay, no problem. Because I'm seeing you people, you are making money. You know, this is a boy. Oh, it's not even a boy. This is a man. The uncle was in Kisekka, but he was employed in URA. He had just got a job in URA. But now he kept on coming to Kisekka. Kept on
Instead of URA, and URA was very prestigious.
Yes. No, after URA, 5, they work up to 5. 6 is in Kisekka at his uncle's place. And by the way, now he's a very rich man because he was so inquisitive to become rich. So inquisitive. Let me look for money. Let me look for money. Because I cannot. These people, they are more experienced than you. But the way they handle their life, I'll go with you. Even if we make a loss, my heart will be contented. When you finish your senior 4, you will tell me. So me, I continued with my Haji. I reached senior 4, even not concentrating, because me, I was getting money.
True.
I was getting money. Senior 4, I used to work. I used to come in, but senior 4, second term, not so much. But first time I came, I got my holidays. Things moved on. Now, lucky enough, the day I finished my exams, my brother had bought a car. The other brother I told you of, I had bought a small car. Now I wanted to brag at school. I came, I told him, give me this. I want to pick my things from school. I finished my senior. No, we used to be like colleagues. No problem. He gave me the keys. I drove. Now, after driving, I went, picked my things from school. He told me, do you have even fuel you put for me? Then I was coming back. I met with this gentleman that used to work in URA. He had also come to see the uncle. We brought back up. See, I finished your exams. Yes. We have to talk. He packed and I packed and we talked. Do you have a passport? Now what you do? Go to Kampala Road. So I go to Kampala Road and take these small passport photos. And you leave everything with me. I went, took the photos, gave them to him. Write for me your names. You know, those days were very easy. I wrote for him my names, blah, blah, blah. Even he just estimated the year of birth. Gave him the things, I went. After 5 days, I saw him coming. Now, phones were there. He called my brother, he came to Rebecca. But my brother didn't know our plans. So Rebecca, here is your passport. I looked at it. Said, we are going, no going. Said, when are we going? Like in 2 weeks' time.
But going where?
To Japan.
Okay.
Told him, okay, it's okay. Then what I did, I continued. But I was so excited. Even seeing the passport. I saw myself in Japan already. So excited. I was seeing those planes going up. Then started, now even I'm going to sit in that plane. You know, I'm going to give you a story. I used to have a friend. Also, he was in Kisekka. You know, He got a chance. There used to be a very rich man and told him, I'm going to take you abroad. I'm going to take you somewhere. It was Dubai. Now, Kisekka, these people, I don't want to abuse, but, most people in Kisekka, they didn't grow up with their parents. Such people don't have respect. They talk anyhow. They don't have respect. Some of them, some not majority, some of them use drugs. So they told him, okay, but these two people are using drugs. The rich man and this one taking. But this rich man uses the drugs, but he tries to control it. But these people, they don't control. Every time he's using. Now, by the time he reached the airport, he had used the drug. Checked in, very excited. Now, when he reached the plane, he started kicking it. One day, he told you, Jakulinya. Zinakugamba mnyeni kwen they had to
take him off the plane.
Yes, kicking the chairs, doing what nyonyi kwen kugamba one day Jakulinya. So, me, I was seeing myself like that. But not eating that picture of kicking the plane.
Right.
Yes. Eagerly waiting for that time tea. Fortunately, the man brought the passport. Brought the passport when the visa is inside. Then I asked him to get Nanja because I asked him, are we going the following day? No. I have to look for money. We have to do this. We have to organize ourselves. Blah, blah, blah. But don't tell anyone. Said it is okay. So no, you stay with my passport.
When you're ready,
you will tell me
with everything. Yes.
Now he called me. Come to Nakawa. I went to Nakawa. He had bought the tickets and everything. Told me, I've bought the tickets and everything. Then I told him, give me my things. Give me my ticket and give me my passport. Because you're a rich man, I may call you. He told me you are leaving at 1. I may call you when you are still at home. They have to leave tomorrow. Told, no. Told, no. I want my things. Now he gave me the ticket, but the passport was at his home. I asked for my passport. He refused. Then I went to his place at around 9. I told him, please, I need my passport. He gave it to me. Then I told him, it has not that. Because for you may delay.
You were eager to go.
Yes. Now, I went back to my room. We were in the home, at home. Just like 2 weeks, finished my S4 at home. We had lunch, supper. Then I told her, I want to talk to you. We are colleagues. Hey, what is the problem? I removed the passport and the visa. My brother was shocked. He was shocked. Beggar. Is it true? Oh, you have to. I told him, and I'm going tomorrow. Tomorrow, that's when I'm leaving. I said, how? Then I told him, I'll explain when I come back.
Didn't he feel like you went behind his back?
He just wished me the best. And don't misuse this chance. He just counseled me, no, don't misuse this chance. Do like this, try to communicate, blah, 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 blah. I sat with him like for 3 hours when he's talking to me. And I slept. But do you think I slept? I was seeing myself already in the plane. But that memory of the other man kicking the plane, it was coming back to me. Me, when I woke up at around 6. Organized myself, packed myself. But I think by around 8, I was at the airport. Now I called this man at around 8:30. Hello, still even sleeping.
What time was the flight?
1:02. Check-in was at 1:02.
And you were there at
8.
Wow.
I called him. Hello? How are you? Fine. Where are you? I told him, I'm at the airport. This man laughed.
Of course.
He laughed. Then he tells me, but don't you think they have cancelled the flight? They have called me and they have cancelled the flight. Then I told him, when he saw me quarreling, he said, no, then I should not kill his
morale, spirit.
His spirit. Then, no, I'm coming. I kept on calling him. Reached 11, calling him, we have to hurry up. I think he reached at around 1:30. Then I saw myself, you check in, I checked in, photos, and the phones used to have those days, cameras were not so common.
True.
Yes. So you could get a cameraman, takes a photo, you get a number, then you keep my photo, because I told him I paid for the pictures, but I told him you keep them. I'm going to come back soon. Then I was asking this man, hey, have you ever been there? And even he himself, had not reached there. Then I kept on asking him, how are those developed countries? They told me they move on carpets. Everywhere there is a carpet. There is no this soil, everything is clean. So for him, he was just laughing. And I'll not forget that journey. So we went, and this man, you teased me a lot. You teased me on the flight. The flight was from Entebbe to Nairobi. Mm-hmm. Then from Nairobi to Dubai. Now, Entebbe, Nairobi. I changed, I think I had like $800. That's the money I went with. Because I remember even my brother gave me $200. Mm-hmm. I reached the plane. He told me, Becca, from here to Nairobi, I've paid for you. You can eat. So what I did, from Nairobi to Entebbe, I saw they are giving me a lot. Now, from Nairobi to Dubai, I told me, Becca, I don't have money. And these people want $160
for the food.
For the food, I calculated 160. It was a lot of money. Then I said, no, I cannot waste this money on food. Then they could make soda, supper, breakfast. And for him, we could eat and laugh. Said, but not knowing these people mark this.
The attendants.
Yes, mark. This person is not eating.
Yes, why?
But I can tell you, I didn't eat anything.
Wow.
We reached at around 1 a.m.
That's a long flight.
Yes. But the good thing, what he did, before teasing me, he first bought for me something when we were in the transit. Mm-hmm. I ate that.
In
Nairobi.
Yes.
Then he started teasing me in the plane. We reached when I didn't eat anything, because he told me everything you touch on the plane, it is $160. Even if it is Coca-Cola. So I said, no, I will not eat. I didn't eat. We reached Dubai, we left the plane. Leaving the plane, I found people waiting for me. Please, hello, how are you? Fine, can you have your passport and boarding pass, please?
Immigration people?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they had got information that this person has, even if you tell him to eat, even if to drink, he doesn't want. So
and those days, people used to run drugs.
Yes. That was the problem. And they could not eat. That was their sign. I told them, please. Even it is. Mm-hmm. Even he teased me he teased me twice. He told me even in the plane, the toilets, don't go in those toilets. If you have not paid, because for you have just paid for the seat. Don't eat and don't go in their toilets. So I wanted to go first. A short call, I could not go. I see people going, I see people eating, I see people adding themselves things. Saying, now, it's very bad to be a very poor person. Now, when I reached, these people called me, but I was dying. I told them I want first to go for a short call. They said, no. Don't go anywhere. Then they took me, said, what do you want? You want short call? Yes. I did it in open. So no, do it here. And when they just give you, they're behind you, but you have your short call. After they checked me, After checking me, then they have to interview me. Why? Because they have told you, told the man. This man told me that things on the plane are for buying. All of them, they blacked and laughed. Because they had checked, I had nothing. Why did he tease you to that extent? Then they had to call him. Why did you tease this young boy for that? Tease him to this extent. And no, you have to
Testing.
test after test, even put in things, such things that he could remember. Memories that could, because I have these memories. I'll never forget these things. And whenever I find him, I have to box him. I tell him, yeah, what? One Zinga. Then after, we went in the transit, stayed there, then we moved the following day. But reaching that plane, it was coming from Dubai to Thailand. I ate like 4 plates of food, compensating myself. Told them, you asked me, because they told me things are for free.
Yes.
These things are on your ticket. The ticket they bought, those things are inclusive. Every time, Coca-Cola, they bring from Coca-Cola, like 10 of them. I ate Coca-Cola. Even they got even tired of me because I could disturb them a lot. I disturbed them a lot. We reached Thailand. We stayed there. Then we reached
Japan,
Tokyo. I looked at the country. Dubai was not so developed by that time. Right now it is developed. But during that time it was not so developed. Dubai was also coming. So we reached Japan. Then I looked at the country. Even for him, who was not well conversant with Japan, but we had someone who was waiting for us. So that person, I hear some things. Moshi, 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 moshi. Moshi in Japan means hello. Everything. Say, what is moshi? Everyone you hear every time, moshi, 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 moshi. On the phone, moshi, moshi. Say, what does this one mean? Aparanto, that is apartment. Aparanto. What's moshi, moshi, moshi? Aparanto. But like enough, reached the apartment. And this man, and this person who picked us from the airport, for him, his duty was to drive us around. But he told us, I don't know
where these
things I know where they are,
but I don't know them.
Yes, I cannot tell you that it was from Uganda. I know, but I cannot tell you that take this, take this, take this. No,
this was your role.
That was my role. So, very lucky enough, we were able to get things that make a full container. I think in a week. Even this man who called me, Antonio, but are you choosing the right things? The speed you are using
is a bit too much.
It's too much. What I've been told, things here you have to take some good time. But you think me buy this? No. You have to be sure. Because you're using a very high speed. But me, what I was seeing is that's what they were asking when I was in Kisekka. I'm seeing this asking. I'm using this. Told me now, I think we have reached things that can fill a container. Then we packed the things. Now, near the apartment, there was a very rich man, but old. This rich man, I prefer. By the way, they just look at me and like me. Japanese, they don't like black people. No. Even they can spit on you. They hate us, I don't know why. But this man just looked at me and he liked me. He took me, showed me his daughters, he showed me his home. Even a very big fan. By that time, I could not even speak Japanese. So I went with the other gentleman to him so he could translate. Told him I have come here. He liked me a lot. Hey, when are you going back? Then I asked myself. I told him, you ask me again? What else? He's telling me, when are you going back? Bob Wine has a song. there's a certain Hajj. He told the woman, you are in school to get riches. But for me, the riches you're looking for, I have them. Now, why do you go to school? Now, coming to myself, I'm now in Japan. People in Uganda, even my brother, himself, he wants to come to Dubai. Now, why do you want me to come back to Kampala? I told him, no, I'm going to stay here forever. Then he told me, I'm going to stay here. You come and stay in my home. Leave those people. I told him, no, you first give me time. I'm going to come. Then I continued staying with him. But this man was doing much better. The speed you are using, he asked me that thing like 1,000 times. You should not worry about time. Your worry should be so that we use good. Yes, we use our time because you had to stay there for 3 months. But everything you are seeing, take this. After the first container, okay, we loaded the first container and some things were made. Then you have to load another container. But he told me, Becca, I'm worried about your speed. I'm worried. If I reach Kampala and I make a loss, even going to the extent that this man you are seeing, I got a loan. But I'm worried. I don't know. You know me, I'm confident. Trust me. Then we were eating. He told this man, you know, because for him, you're telling him he's just bragging, going outside. But me, I'm scared of my money. For him, it's okay with him. Then, now, middle of the second container, I asked him, I'm working, how much are you going to pay me? He told me, how much do you want? I told him, now, me, I don't want money. But what I'm going to do, even me, I bought my small in the 800 shillings, I went US dollars. I bought some things and we put in the first container. So here, I just went and I told him, you buy for me a car. Which car do you want? I told him, me, I know where the car is. You know, I had gone around and all those. Now, that man, I told you the neighbor, who had introduced me to some Japanese. And some Japanese had the S190 car.
I know it.
Yes.
Chibina, right?
Chibina.
Yes.
So he had it and I liked that car a lot. I say, no, you know, they say east-west. Even if I'm not going back, let me send this car there. Even if I got a certain time, or after 10 years, I find it there. They put it in the garage. My brother, at least to show my brother that at least I've made something. But that's what you want. I took him to the gentleman. Thank you. How have you known these people? All these people know you. No. Do you buy for me this car? End of story. How much? I think we bought it 280 US dollars. We bought the car. Actually, that is the car I used to drive in Japan. By that time, I could drive, but not knowing the place very much. But after 2-3 months, then we loaded the second container, but I'm telling you sure, the first thing I put in that container was the car.
Yours.
My car, it was the first, and this man noticed. Because when the container reached like this, he saw me extending the car, bring it in front of the container. But he told me, Sebo, we're not going to put that car like that. I have to put things inside so that it is full. I told him, I know, but it is the first thing that has to enter. Then you put the things when it is inside the container. No, let's put the things when it is still outside. I said, no, but we agreed to put the things when it was still outside. Then we entered when it is having only the driver's seat. Then even the driver's seat, after putting it there, we filled the things. When I saw that my car had gone to Kampala, loading the container, finished, then I said, now, not forgetting, east to west, home is best. I'll find it there. Now, this man told me, after we have loaded the second container, say, Becca, I'm paid them. I don't have money. Just plan on our return. I say, okay. But he was saying, me, I'm not packing my things. Ask me, what is the problem? Then I told him, me, I'm not going anywhere. Like I told you. Bob Wine, coming back to that Bob Wine song, what I'm seeing here is enough to be in Uganda. People are crying to come here and want me to go back to Kampala. No. I'll never go back. No, what am I going to tell your brother? You know, I told him I'm an old person. You can tell him that the boy refused to come back. You know, it will look bad. My reputation, my uncle is there. They will start talking. Over you are fearing because the things you bought
are not going.
I'm not going to sell. Now, okay, before you go, who is going to clear this car? I told him. Your task. He told me, now me, what I'm going to do, I'm going to transport this car free of charge to Kampala. After transporting this car free of charge to Kampala, I will give it to your brother and you clear for yourself. Even the first things you bought of the $800, I'll transport them free of charge. I told him it is okay. My brother's there. Let's meet in Uganda. I escorted him to the airport and he went. The next day, where the apartment we were staying, they just saw me taking my things, moving to the old man. And the old man was happy. Then he started telling me, now you know, we're going to make here. Can you drive? I told him, yes, I can drive. Can you drive a tractor? He said, yes, I can drive a tractor. Then they took me, had a very big farm. They took me to the farm. I started working in the farm. And you know, these people, even if you could work for them, if black people could stay there in containers, not in their home. But I used to stay in his home. He brought me clothes even inside his home. And I think one day he sent me somewhere, this man, with his car. He sent me somewhere. I went using his car. I brought back the car and gave him the keys. You know me, it used to be fun. Fun, where I am, there is fun. So I gave him the keys. Then the next morning he was asking me for the keys. But I told him I gave him. I was so hungry. Quarreled, abused me. That's why you are black people, you all move here, very poor. Say now. But I gave this man the key. The man abused me, I think, for like 4 hours. Entering the house, going out, entering the house. Then he told me, when I go to leave my house and go in the container, you know, sleeping outside. But black people could sleep there in the container. These containers they used to load. People could sleep there in those containers. And you know, there is winter. Then I was looking to myself, I said, but this man, I've tried to talk to him. I gave him the keys. Now, the car stayed there for the whole day. Everyone who comes, he tells him that I have lost his keys. Now, I think he was touching his things at night, and he saw the keys. Now, you had told me to pack my things and go in. So I woke up in the morning, phoned me when I'm packing my things. Told me, no, don't pack the things. I'm going with you somewhere. Said where?
Police, maybe.
No. He had seen the keys. He had seen the keys.
I mean, you thought maybe now.
No. I thought, I could not go to, I'm not seeing the police. I said, now, why taking me where? To the farm? No, even working, no, you're going to escort me somewhere. So we did. It's okay. Reaching the car, told me, you drive. But not talking to him, I'm very hungry. I drove.
Now okay, go on.
He took me to the best hotel. Then I said, tell me, what do you want to eat? I told him, but we have to be at work. I said, no. I've given you, you are off today. Even me, I'm off, even you are off. What do you want to eat? Then I told him I want to eat this. They gave me my chopsticks. I started eating. Then he apologized from there. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. I talked too much. I saw the keys, blah, blah, blah. I think you gave them to me. I had forgotten because where I found them, even you don't reach there. It seems you gave them to me and I forgot. But I'm very, very sorry. I told him yes, but I'm feeling bad. You know, when someone, but let me leave your house and go. But I was just teasing him. Let me leave your house and go to the container. No. You don't need to go to the container. and sleep in the container. No, I've told you I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's done. Even I'm going on this salary, I'm going to give you this money, blah, blah, blah. And actually, I think after like 2, 3 weeks, I got a phone call from my brother. Hello, Becca. How are you? I'm fine. How is the outside? These are the things reached. The first container reached is in Mombasa, but they want to bring it to Kampala. Yes, and I'm helping you. I'm helping your colleague. Yeah, we are together. Since I know Mombasa very well, I'm helping him. Oh, I said it is okay. Then after that, he told me, your examinations are out, but you were at your school, you were the best. And in the country, you were among the best. Even they were looking for your photo, but they just put that photo of your passport photo because you were nowhere to be seen. You were in Bukede. Put you in Bukede, they put you in New Vision. Yeah, you were everywhere. Then I felt happy. I felt happy. Then I was so excited. I went and talked to my boss. So, telling him the exam, but he told me now, what is the way forward? What is your way forward? You know, some decisions are so tight. Because I'm seeing myself there making money. And, you know, I could talk to that man. I asked him, why do you like me so much? Well, at a certain time. He told me, at least you have a different IQ. I said, what? Why are you telling me like this? You know, these people, they wonder how, he told me the time I've been in Japan, and this is the truth, all the black people that come here, they pick things from the dustbin. That's what they bring in Africa. And you think this man is not going to come back. You see him after 3 months coming back. So we ask ourselves, for us, the things we put on the dustbin. So there they are selling us hot cake. But do these people have brains? And I'm going to come to that. Those are not the only people. Because those people think that we are very, very stupid. When you talk to Japanese, when you talk to Chinese, they have a very, very, very bad image of Africans. Tell me, that man told me the time I've been here, I've been seeing black people become, and this is the truth. By that time, and things these days they changed because now they knew that now these things have market. Now they are selling them. But you could come. You see these mad people. When you're at the shop, when a mad person comes at your shop, do you know where he checks? Where does he check?
In the trash.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what we do when we're in Japan. When you go, you are checking in the trash. But for them, they have this big, like a place where the village or an apartment they put it there. So they see us checking in the trash. You don't greet anyone, you just go straight to the trash and check.
What has been thrown? What can be resolved?
So
what kind of things are there though?
Home things, TVs. Because for them, they have... Now, when he puts on the TV and it's not going on, that one puts and brings another one. But for you, say, Kampala and TV, fridge. And for them, they use time period. This fridge, I have to use it for 2 years. After 2 years, I have to replace the fridge. So you just find it at the dustbin. So as you are seeing those mad people, you are at the shop, and this thing happens. It comes to the trash, picks food, starts eating it. You say, now, the way you are seeing that man, that's even the way they see us. I've sold something, and they tell him, no, he's collecting them from the other field. Whatever he collects here, he takes to the field, and they bring a container, and he loads and takes to Uganda. So, that man, I asked him, black people. But I think he just liked me. So no, you are not like them. Well, you are not like them. But he used to abuse them so much. But no, you are not like them. For you are not like those people. who take things from the trash. Everything they take is from trash. Now the man asked me, going back to the question, that man asked me, now, what is your decision? There are some tight decisions. There are some decisions that are so tight. But in my mind, I had it, I'm not coming back to Uganda. Now this thing that came to me, at least impressed me to a certain point. It impressed me, seeing myself in newspapers. Oh,
Performed well.
yeah, performed well. I think I could go back. Then, what came also in my mind, even if you have a car in Uganda, why don't you go find your car and start to, you drive that car. But my mind was telling me, don't go back. Another mind was telling me,
Stay.
go stay. Go back, stay. Go back, stay. Sometimes in life, they are very, as I've told you, that tight decisions. You know, I was a young boy at a certain time. This was a very tight decision. We used to have Kampala parents. I said that we stayed in Kampala, but they didn't have a field. They could come on all the Kampala playgrounds. So there was a certain, they have houses. I was from another school, that was Buganda Road, Norman Godino. They brought me as a Muchuba. After bringing me as a Muchuba, I could run very fast. It was a 500 meter, 500, 600, yes. But those rich people, their kids are big. So when they tried me in the trouser, it could not fit me. So since the trouser could not fit me, I told them, no, I have a plan for it. There was a banana plantation. I went and I got a banana fiber. I tied the trouser here and the banana fiber, I tied on both sides. Then you started running. They could even not trace that this is a Muchuba. But that house was doing so bad. They said, no, let's bring a Muchuba. And in that class, that was Kanyike. The friend I've told you, those people I grew up with, was in Kampala parents. So he's the one who brought me. They can come and support us, we are doing so bad. And you can run very fast, I know. So I ran. Past these people, we are going the field, I think, like 4 times. The second round, I had left them. The third round, the banana fiber of this side was torn, and this side even was torn. So I could not run very well. I was running holding the what?
The pants.
The pants. But when you are running holding the pants, you cannot do anything. The speed, it controls your speed. So by the time we went to finish the third round, going the 4th round, they had reached me. One even had passed me. Then I had someone who was called Joseph. Used to, if the trouser is making me uncomfortable, just leave it. I said, no. Let me continue. I continued. But I saw even there's, now I'm number 3, I'm number 4. It was a very decided, now I said, what should I? But all the people in that house I was supporting were, meaning, Beka, leave the trouser, they are going to win us. What I decided, I said, no, it is a tight decision. I just removed, I just removed the trouser. And those days we didn't put on underwears. Those days back, you could just put on your shorts and nothing inside. Yes. But it was a tight decision. I removed the trouser. After removing the trouser, I ran and warned up those people. After I came back, picked my trouser, put it back and went for my trophy. So it was a very tight decision. Either to see my nakedness and lose, so my nakedness and win, or not seeing my nakedness and lose. So going back to Japan, it was like that. I said, no, I have to go. You are going? Yes, I have to go. It's okay. Now, told me, oh, you went, made shopping for me. What do you want? I bought some things. I bought a phone. Because when you come back to camp. I just come with a better phone. I bought a phone, some sneakers, jeans, and even he gave me some money. And even that money, I bought a car. He gave me something like 1,800. I bought a Sahara.
The pickup.
The pickup. I bought a state. There is a cacao was called a state, Kakolola State. It was called the Kakolola State. Now, by that time, every customer that could come to Kampala or in the shop of Kisekka, fuel pump, the car is not pumping fuel pump. So I said, in this money, let me buy fuel pumps only. And I brought those car fuel pump, the housing and everything I could leave behind. I bought like 500 pieces of fuel pumps, 500, 600 pieces. Put them in, and lucky enough, there was a Ugandan who is there. Put these fuel pumps in the estate, that car station wagon, and even put some spares. When they sort of went to the airport, I came back. Coming back, I did not tell the gentleman who I went with that I'm back. After hearing the revenue guy, after hearing that, the man came, told me there was it is now called Mateos. It is called this down part. There is if it was called what? That's where was Mateos. Just down there. That's where I told
the restaurant.
Yes, that's
Sabrina's.
No, not Sabrina's. Parliament Avenue. There used to be Mateos up.
Yes.
Where there's Cafe Javas.
Yes.
Then down there used to be a place.
I know it. I forget
Yes. That's where he called me, and we met there. He was so happy. He told me, Becca, I'm so happy.
The business worked.
Yes, Becca, I was so happy. He told me that thing like 5 times. Because I'm so happy, and I'm so happy, and I'm so happy. So what? Then he told me, do you know those things? You know, he was afraid. He called like 10 people from Kisekka to come and see
his potential loss.
Yes.
Before
You
even.
people, I went with this boy, but I could not trust him. He was buying things as if he was mad. You go somewhere, he buys like 80% of the things. But you people, you told me when we are leaving, I should take my time. Buy slowly. But you go in the boy, he's buying each and everything. Then when they reached, everyone was telling me, I'm taking this. This one I'm taking. These things I can get someone who can buy them. Now, the one container was sold in Nakama. Before even offloading the things.
Just by showing the people.
Yes, and they told him, how much money do you want? We pay you as deposit so that you can give me this. Everyone was bringing, how much money do you want? Let me give you 1 million. I take this. These things, all of them, I can take them. Let me give you 1 million. I take this. Then I found even when he had paid taxes for my car, told me now, if the thing worked, why can't I pay for your taxes? Because telling you all those things, I was afraid. Paid for the taxes for my car. My car was out, and the man was so happy. And he told me even the second container, the same story. I think it had not reached, told me, but I think it is going to be the same story because it is in Mombasa. They are doing it now. He told me it is okay if you have appreciated. That is very good. But he told me I was worried, because what they told me, you are doing the opposite. And when you were taking things light, I could tell you could look at as if it is something simple. But this is my money. I was afraid. But it's okay. You can go and pick your car. I give it to your brother. I went to my brother gave me my car. But now my brother will tell me about school. I know life can mislead you, but you have to continue the studies. Then I asked him, what is the way forward? Yes. What have you? Then I asked him about because I went with the 800, 800 shilling, US dollars. And these things are there, and I went to collected something like 14, 15. And I used that money to buy land. Some to buy land. The rest to construct a house, up to somewhere. That's what I used it for. Before I went back to school, we went and bought land, because we had like 1 month to go back to school. 1 month or 1.5 months. You know, those days, exams could take long to come back. The first time the first term we could not go. Senior 5 we could go for second term and third term. So what I did, I went. After going, I had the money. We bought the land. After buying the land in Namongona, I constructed the house. I reached somewhere. Then it was time to go back to school. Going back to school, that's when the problem came. I started looking at teachers. Look at him. I said, this one. Now I was comparing myself to the headmaster because we could drive the same car. That is the only person that I could compare myself to. Because I looked at him, at least this one. You know, by that time, Ernest 190, man.
I know it very well. I know.
The time I'm telling you,
yes.
2000, early 2000.
Yes, I know very well.
Driving that car.
For me, I was driving a Chikumi AE100, but my eye was on that ST190 you're talking about.
Yes.
I was driving this one because I could not afford that.
Which year?
Around the same time.
2000?
Yes.
So, me, I was driving that, and at an early age. Then things disturbed me. I was in class thinking about Japan. I could see myself talking Japanese. I could see myself in the farm.
You speak Japanese?
Yes. And even myself, my friends, you know, all the people I used to stay in school, the people I went with, that was Gombe Secondary School. They used to call me Moshi. Moshi. Do you know, every time I could call Japan so much, so they could hear me, Moshi. You know, Moshi is hello. So every time they could hear me, Moshi. So, some of them, they know me, and we are very good friends, but they say no. But I don't discourage them. They say, no, man. For us, we are just on A. At least for you, we are an F or G or somewhere. Because for them, they are thinking about Club Silk. Because by that time, but me, I didn't have time for those things. Because in holidays, I had very tight holidays. Now thinking every time I'm calling my brother, did my things reach? How much money? Every time I'm asking about my money, how much money do you have? Okay, that time there was no mobile money. You have to go ask the pass out. But I used to come with money. To the school, I used to come like with 500,000. Because I didn't want to be disturbed eating that food I could buy. But so that there was this phone or something.
I know it.
There was over 500 or 400,000. Yes. 400 shillings.
Yes.
400 shillings.
A big bottle like
Yes, a big bottle. It was 400 shillings. Eating a chapati was 100 shillings. So I could not eat school food. And I have my car. In holidays, I drive my car and balance my things. So after finished, we went in second term. So the holiday of second term, third term, it broke in my senior 5. Then I came, I found my things had reached already, my brother. So he advised me, please, what you're going to do, finish this house. Let me help you, we finish this house. So we put on the roof, finished the house, and I was keeping my car in Machingi somewhere at my grandmother's place. Told me, no, I will pick this car and take it to your home. And at least we get someone to stay in your house. You know, do you know that we constructed the house together with my big brother? I was constructing as he was constructing. At the same time, because things happened so fast. And I think his house was fast. It was fast. Then later they put the car, and I went back to school for that time. But thinking money. Then every time I'm calling, who can I send money so that you can buy for me things I find there?
Out of class.
Yes, you know, we had the booth. You could pay. You put a card. It could call anyway. Yeah. For me, my break time, lunch, or even the phone. I finished senior 5, I went to senior 6, and I was doing a very complicated combination. PCM code. Because that's what they gave me. Because on my O level, math I got 1. Physics I got 1. Chemistry I got 1. Commerce I got 1. Accounts I got D2. So they were looking at these things. I said, no.
Engineering.
Yes. But my senior 6 I didn't concentrate. I did perform bad, but all my mind was outside. I finished senior 6 looking at things, you are in an environment by looking. I looked at teachers as if they are very poor. Looked at them. See, now these people are not my standard. But the good thing, I finished senior 6. Then they give me this form. You have to fill for choices. I went with that form home. I did the same thing. It was in Gombe, but I went without my things to Kampala. I picked my car that went 90. I drove it to Gombe, put my stuff and come back. And I came back to Kampala. I told people, but I'm someone, I was telling my friend that I own a car. They could not believe. Own a car, you have told them, people, I own a car. No, but and now that time, I told them, I told 2 of them that we are going together to Kampala and come back. 7 of them, they made us. So I told them, no, you wait. I want to disprove you people. I want you to from today, to know who I am. After school, then when I went, I picked my car. I came back with 2. With my card, in my names. Those big cards. Mm-hmm. It was in my names. And after that, I showed them my pictures. Man, I have been in Japan. You see, now I was loading this container. I told him, man, how old are you? I told them we are the same age. No, it can't be. Oh, you were bound and you came back to, after a certain time you came back to. Right. No. We are the same age. How do you do these things? So we came in that S90, I think like 8 people. We squeezed ourselves in the car and I drove them back to Kampala and they both have my things. So we came back to Kampala. I left them. I continued with my Kisekka life. But this time in a style. Yes, because now my head I had some money. Now I was thinking big. After some time, I went to this gentleman over URA. I told him I want to process for my visa. And by that time, he was calling boss.
Right.
When are you going? When are you going? I want us to do business. I told him that, yes, I want to go. No. Okay, what we do? You process the visa for me. After, then I went to Japan. After going to Japan, he also came. Now, this time they had trained me. When you stay somewhere, they train you so well. First time, I was not trained. Because this time, I've used my money to go to Japan. The other time,
it was someone else.
Yes. Now this time, when he came, we sat on the round table. First, pay for this ticket. Give me the money. Second, I'm working for this amount. Third, let's go and start business. So that's what but someone had trained me. Told me, the other time, people are brought here, they are paid. You asked for S290, which is $280. You gave someone a profit of 200, 300 million. No, you don't do such things. So this time, we sat. And he was calling boss. And this time he trusted me. He could even not ask me anything. This one, but he could ask me, but did you forget the things? Because you have been at school. And from Japan, you just came straight to school, and from me, I know what is moving. And I told him the cars in Kampala, they are the same. By that time, the cars were the same. The cars are the same. I worked for him. We loaded 2 containers. He paid me. I also put my things in the container, his container, and he left me there. And he was so excited with the first trip. But me, I was so confident in the second trip. However much first time I didn't have a lot of experience. But this time I could know some corners, how to fidget. You may you know, we have gold, we have diamond, we have bronze. If someone finds bronze, you say that I found million. If you find gold, you say I'm rich. But everyone is looking for diamond because it is the most expensive. Now, the other time, yes, he had appreciated, but I made some mistakes. One, I was so quick. I could realize, now when he had gone, there's some things I saw, and they looked at me and said, but
I wish.
I also was a little bit patient and put also these things. But lucky enough, the things we bought sold. And what I realized in this world, everything you do, number one is luck. Luck is something very, very important. We have been in Japan with people. You see, they are taking things you think they are not going to sell them. Man, he sells faster than you do. Luck is very important. But in this case, second case, I was confident because at least I took my time. Because I had a vac of 1 year plus. So I said, no, let me take my time. I took my time, looked for the things, even the cars. Now, from the experience, by the way, from the experience, now you see, the things they brought for me, they sold a lot. But the good thing, he didn't know about that. Because I told you, I loaded fuel pumps. I loaded the Sahara. I loaded those things they sold. Sahara, someone told me I'm buying it now and then. So those things, but I had got experience. I know now, you know, you have to compare. There is gold, there is bronze, there is diamond. So now, let me go for diamond. And I told him, this time I told him, we won't regret. It is going to be better, far better than he told me, no, it cannot be. I told him it is going to be far better than the first trip. So I went back to my mzee. And this mzee used to convince me to marry her.
The daughter.
Yeah, the daughter. But, you know, I've told you, me, I feared. And, you know, for them, when you go in these outside countries, there is what they call culture. Man, culture is very important. When you go to those people, culture is very, very, very important. For them, they are not shy. You look at them. Now, I can just give you an example. I'm going to give you a story. There used to be a woman. But I think I'll come to that story. No, because it is same. You know, those people in Far Asia, they don't shave themselves. It is abomination for them to shave. But I'll come to that story when we come to China. Because it will be that one, it will be in China. I'll come to that story when we're in China. So I used to look at those people. He tell me to marry. And he was forcing me, please, I want you to marry my daughter. But you look at the daughter. Those people, culture is very important. Someone is in the toilet, is calling you. Come, you know, someone is in the toilet, seated on the toilet, the phone is ringing. You bring me my phone. That culture you don't have here. You don't have it here in Uganda. You feel shy. I told you, bring me my phone. You find him seated in the toilet, he's not shy. Give me. Sometimes he has forgotten the toilet paper. You go and get me the toilet paper somewhere and you bring it to me. Yeah, that is culture. So I just stayed with him. And we used to. Now then, we had our group, those people staying in the container. I used to tell them at a certain time, I'm going to be a very rich man. You know, then someone told me, it's called Kasim. Just tell me now, you know, Raket Dube sang a song, you know, we refer life with songs. That born to suffer, you know that song? That for us, we are Africans, we are born to suffer. You are saying I'm going to become rich, I'm going to steal. For us, every time I could talk to him, for me, we are born to suffer. That's the things you are telling me, you are dreaming. That you are going to go in Kampala, do this, told them, okay, you just wait. No, for us, we are born to suffer. So we were like that. We used, and even Japan used to confuse people. You know, Japan has so many, all cities are similar. You are from this city, you go to another city. They are similar. Now we used to stay in a certain place. There was 2 towns. Now coming here, you could maybe pass Tinda. From Tinda, you go to Chiwatule. But Tinda and Chiwatule, they look the same. So I used to tell them now, when you are going to Chiwatule, to differentiate Chiwatule and Tinda, the bus stops are not the same. This bus stop of Chiwatule I used to describe it. It is like this and this and this. So when you see a bus stop like this, you just know why. And it was nicknamed after me. Up to now, that bus station, Bagama, any bus station near Baker, because it was nicknamed after me, because I could tell them, describe that bus station so much. So I went, I did my second session, then examinations came back. Going back, I filled these forms badly because I was on pressure. I put BSTAT as my first choice.
Should have been doing engineering.
But yes, but I was looking at those things to be now outfitting. No, I could not fit in that. Yes, because now I'm seeing myself. At that time I could sit with big men, discuss with big men. I was saying, no. Let me concentrate on the other thing.
On the business.
And that thing of in the plane, you know why people even up to now, they are making losses going to China, but that pride of in the plane come back. It forces them to move. And other than people who have stayed here rich. There's a certain time we reach and say, no, enough with the plane.
So you're saying that a man is making a loss, but because he wants to show that he's constantly traveling.
That is what is happening. I'm coming. That is now the present. I'm coming. So I had that pride. I go in the plane. And by that time, the plane was the answer. Because if you see all these rich people, it was the answer of the plane. I've asked people. I'm someone who asks rich people, but their answer is from the plane. Now, people have asked, but that is in China. Because from Japan, I'm coming now to China. Japan, I came back here. After the examinations came back, I filled the forms purely. But I had also performed. I got an A in math. With all the drama going up and down, I got an A in economics. I got a B in physics. I got a C in chemistry. Engineering was automatic. But by that time, I didn't trust myself. But I was trusting my mathematics. I just knew that mathematics, I have an A. So that is a sure deal with BSTAT. So I filled BSTAT as my first essential subject. Reaching here, everyone was blaming me. You see, you have scored. So what I did, I came back here, but now I'm established. I have money. 50 million is not a problem to me. By that time, in my senior certification. Even now, by that time, 50 million was not a problem to me. I have my house constructed very well, everything inside. When I come, I sit in, and my shamba. And the shamba was older than me. So when I came here, found my results, they have given me this start. Now I had to go. But now well established in business. I called my brother. Now, it's my time I open up my business. I open up my shop. Say, no, it's okay. If you have that idea, it's well to go. Independent. I opened my shop. I opened up my shop. I started doing business. Transaction. And There's something everyone, Japan was like, everyone is asking you. So many people could come to consult. I looked at myself, all the people could come now. If I do this, no. Now if this car, how much is it in Japan? Everyone is asking me. Even those people I used to travel with, you could ask me. No, man on speed, so let's try to ask, but I think it was luck. So they could come, they ask me, how much do you think, who can I send everything? I was a consultant there. Who can I send money that it is okay? You will not steal my money. Everything I could first recommend, and that thing happens. Having been in Japan, now we started school. No, university. That's when we started university. But you know me, I was someone who doesn't go to clubs. I don't go to those clubs because we didn't have time. Even girls, I have that phobia. Then it so came. I had a problem with my family. They used to ask me a lot, are you impotent? What's the problem? Because you have everything. This brother of mine used to ask me with a wife, you might be impotent for me. I'm your brother, I get for you medicine. I don't know, I'm not impotent. It's very rare to find someone, you have money, and you are not into girls. So I said it is okay. Now campus, where there is a variety, and you can choose. So there's someone I formed at campus. I was seeing, and the good thing, she was having her parents near Kisekka.
Her parents.
Her parents. So she could work. No, I was seeing that same face. You see that same face in town, and you see that same face in school. Then we started becoming friends. So you're moving to them. On the car, don't leave me. Go to school. When we are going, we are all in evening classes. Coming back.
You're driving there.
I drive, I drop her, come back. So that's how we started. Then where do you stay? Told him, I stay in Namongo. I want to see your home. Then he took me and I saw her family. Now I brought her to my family. Then my family, they called her alone. He's first come. Then he came. But do you think that guy functions? Have you ever slept with him? They no. Okay. You know women. These were my...
Same guys.
No. My aunt, not my aunties, the wives to my brothers.
Yes.
You know, in Machinge, my father had land. So all my brothers, we were staying in the same environment, all my brothers. So they used to tell my wife, okay, you'll tell us that, yeah, we don't think so. Because we have seen that guy, he's like that. So the woman, my wife came and asked me, yeah, they have told me this, why you don't function? I told her, we shall go and test. We tested 5 times. We went in Kisenyi, we went in Mulago, we went in five places. That was the first phase. Then another phase, we went in Kisenyi again. And you know, what scared me is that thing they tested. And no, don't be sure. Be sure
after 3 months. And during that 3 months, you don't know what's going on.
That was, you know, you never know.
Yes.
Someone can test here negative.
Yes.
And
3 months.
they said 3 months. And I said, no. Then we tested again. Then I told her, no, let's use the seed. And she was there, now we test it. Why should we use the seed? I said, no. But she was patient. And after seeing, because they told me, no, this is he's a promising guy. He's very hardworking. And her family was okay. I think her family was one of the richest families in that environment. So, but as we are saying, the boy is hardworking. Then I had to make my introduction. When I was in campus first year, I made my introduction. I made my wedding. And we started our marriage. We started the marriage. Now, there are some things I realized in life. I grew up in Machinge. There are things I want to tell our viewers. they should mind. One, when you are making business, amalala. I don't know, how is it called in English?
Pride and ego.
Ego. I think it's what, there is a bar that used to happen, that used to be in matching. It was called AY. That's where the Eagles production, that's where they used to play from, or to practice from and stage from. It was in matching. You could see all sorts of people. These 1, 2, 4 people, they had money. They could just buy beer, pour it, that they want that beer to be seen in is it Kibuye? Pouring it on the collars.
So that the drainage can take it.
Can take it to. Wow. They buy like 20 crates and they start pouring to show that they have money. Ego and pride. I'm coming on the lessons I've learned. And in Kisekka, we had someone. You could just talk to him. He just gets the money that he will slap you using 1 million shillings. Let me slap you using 1 million shillings. Right now, he's looking even for 10,000 shillings. That's it. We are on the lessons now. Up to now, he's looking for 10,000 shillings. That's it. Those people who are pouring booze in Ikibuye, if you can trace them. And this Kampala changes. Every day there are new rich people.
Yes.
For you go, others come with their pride and ego.
Yes.
At first we are so silent. Then third, the night time. Our viewers, please, the night time. Even ask me and you. Have you ever moved that night? Everything is double. The boda that now one day I was coming from Entebbe, from Bwaise to I can't discharge. They asked me for 5,000. Wow. But every day they charge 1,000 shillings. So nighttime everything changes. And the example of people who have forgiven, who are disciplined at night, those people are very rich. All the people I know, you will never see him anywhere at night. I think you can bear witness. Have a good brother of mine, Damulida, Bernard. You will never see him anywhere at night. Very rich man, he has like 5 kids. Mutasa Kafiro, have you ever seen him anywhere at night? Okay, there are some. But those people are so down to earth. Drake, even without an escort, I'm telling you, they have a lot of money. Without Nabukeda, you just see her moving on streets like a normal person. You will never see her anywhere at night. Please, our viewers, night time. It is one of the reasons, at least, that has helped me to be somewhere. Because everything at night changes. Something of 10,000, How much is soda during the day? How much is soda? Is it 1,000?
Yes.
I was told in his Maisonnois it's over 5,000, 8,000.
Yes.
It is times 8.
Yes.
So we should mind about the night time. It is. So those are the things we have to mind and to succeed, because now even these young boys, whoever you find, it tells what? Do you have an elderly woman passé? Even our age, we had those people. And one of them we have just sugar mummies. And one of them we have just lost him. He was our person. We used to stay with him in Machindi. 50 years, 60 years, has nothing, even no roomed house. Because he was just shifting from women, from one woman to another. So in life, there are some cautions we have to take. We have to be very, very careful. So going back, I married that woman. We stayed there. Even up to now, she's the woman I have. After testing her, Now I was in business for about, yes, I was very established. Hey, then they told me China is banned. Baker, China is banning.
That's where you need to be.
Oh, see here. Believe but don't know these things, stories you have been talking of Japan. But I asked myself, it might be right. Look at a person like there used to be. Have you ever worn this trousers of gentleman?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Do you know the person who was bringing those trousers?
No.
Do you know Freedom City?
I know Freedom City.
Do you know the owner? I'm forgetting the name, and he's a good friend. Okay, there is another gentleman. That name will come. You know, do you know Godfrey Chudi?
Yes.
Do you know what made him rich? Do you know a bicycle called Roadmaster?
I know it very well.
He was the supplier. You know, if you supply something,
it was everywhere in the country.
But not every bicycle, but not every home had a bicycle. Yes. Do you know this rich? We call him our boss is called Karim Yoji. Do you know one of the things that made him rich? Tiger Head.
The batteries.
And for him, at least every home used Tiger Head. There was a man called Bujirita. We used to call him Bujirita. That was the nickname, but he used to bring those razor blades.
Yes.
Very rich man. Used to stay in the Tete. So, all those people. Now, when they told me about China, I looked at that gentleman.
And these things were coming from China? The ones you're mentioning?
Yes, some of them. No, now like bicycle, I don't know. I think Roadmaster was coming from some. But if you're supplying something and you are 1 or 2 or 3 in the market, it's very difficult for you not to become rich.
True.
So now if you look at, I've told you Roadmaster, even I looked, there was a certain gentleman. He's called Chiimba. Joseph of Ambias Club. Now Ambias Waraj. Then he went, now he's into trees, timber. He was from Japan. He was making business in Japan. And he's someone who has been translating. He was first in spares in Japan. Then when he went in Japan again, he went into speakers, cameras. So, but by the time when they told me about China, he was also in speakers, but getting them from China. So I went to my first trip in China. I went, but that time I was established. I had been in the plane. I knew what to do.
You could eat food.
Yeah, I could eat food, not like the other time. But the only problem, China was virgin. Secondly, language barrier.
Yes.
China, and difference, Japanese, they don't have love. Even they don't mind. Chinese, they mind. They have money, they want the money from you. But the language, they are so caring, you see. But once you come, they are so friendly. When they see you don't have money, they don't know, you go back to your country. And they tell you the truth. You don't have money, now what are you doing here? Go back to Africa, bring money, come back. That's what they tell you. But I reached in China, but it was very difficult for me to trace where my things were. Because now this is a different thing. You reach in China, things are so different. Clothes are very easy. You ask someone clothes, there is spare parts. It took me time, really. My first route, I brought phones and decoders. By that time they used to sell these. No, they're not called decoders. What are they called? They put the CD. DVDs. That's what I brought.
DVD player.
Yes. I went with a certain gentleman called Kasirie Joseph. Then I met that gentleman called Chiimba of Ambias. Chiimba, we had known one another. But me, I was a junior. So I asked him to help me. Told me, no, this is the best way to go. And Japan said, what you done? I didn't know. You know, this is what you, here you are, where you are right now. It's the best way to go. I went. No, don't be silly. If you see papers, get anything. You have been in Japan. You have been bringing so many things. We have someone. He used to tell me that you could go to him and tell him, I'm bringing for you a customer. When you sell, you have to give me something.
Of course.
Then after the customer buys, you go to him and tell me, he was your son or your father?
And he refuses.
Yeah. Are you the one who produced that person? For us, we don't know who to sell to. We just to sell to anyone. So we didn't sell to your father or your son. So that person told me, no. You are not bringing these things to sell to your kids. They will be sold. What you have been bringing, you are not being selling to your kids. You just bring anything. If at all it is in Uganda, you sell it.
People will buy it.
So I brought those DVDs, I brought some phones, and those, they had brought those Chinese phones with the TVs. They had just come by that time, around 2005. So I brought those phones. Sold them within 4 days. Everything blank within 4 days. I went back, looked for spares. I failed. I brought earphones and DVDs. Then the third time, that's when I traced where spare parts are. Things. Then when we reached there, Chinese are so eager. Then I was from China. Now after learning China, sorry, Japanese, now you have to learn Chinese. You reach everyone, say, Timputo. Timputo means I don't understand. You ask someone, Timputo. Timputo nga. No, I don't understand. English, Timputo. English, I don't understand. Everyone telling you that, so you have to learn the Chinese.
Tell us something.
In Chinese. No, I can speak. I can speak some Chinese because they used to ask me how. Yes, how are you? To sao chen, how much? Tui la, last price. Tada, shauda. Tada is big. You have to learn the business language.
The key words.
The key words. Because when you enter, you have to ask ni hao. You ask ni hao. Sama. What? How can I help you? Sama. But the difference, Chinese are so loving. And they are business oriented. Not like Japanese, very business oriented. They want to get that money out of your pocket. They try, even if you fail, you run and get a translator because he wants that money in your pocket. Then you started exchanging ideas. You go in Uganda, pick some things, you see that they are saying you bring for me, I copy them for you, you take. Hey, that's how we made money. Hey, I was saying myself, hey, now how much? There's 800 million in my account. But from China. And taxes were. You just bring load 2-3 containers, you bring, and taxes were. Okay. Not like these days. And even people who used to go to China, we are very few. But now if you go to Kisekka, everyone is going in China. And even them, they have lost market to the extent that they are calling each and everyone. Now, I had a friend of mine, he came to Kampala. He was moving shop to shop, giving them their contacts. For me, I send you this. Even you don't need to come. Even if you want things worth 1 million, I will send you. So business has gone down up to that extent.
So now if I'm here and I need something from Kisekka Market for my car, I just call and they bring here?
Yes. No. This person from China.
Oh, okay.
They came from China.
Okay.
They are moving shop to shop. We help them because they know us. They have seen us for a long period of time. Shop to shop, giving it. Even if you need something, an order worth 1 million.
I'll bring it for you.
Yes, call me. I know where to take your things and receive them in Kampala. That's how far they have gone. But by the time we went, we were only 10 importers. 10 importers. So things have changed. Now, when we reached China, people made money. Let's go the prostitution. I reached in China. We had these bosses. They would come here in Kampala, pick girls like 20, 30, take them to China. Taking the girls to China, these girls have to report as if you have bought a townes or a matatu. You have to report $100 every day. And the man has an office. So when these people reach, that's where he collects their passports. And receptionist, secretary, and the boss inside. So those people have to pay. And they have to call them. Why? Today you have not reported. I'm coming, I'm on my way. They tick. Someone is there in the office waiting for that money.
You know, there was actually, during that time, there were many stories. They used to say that ladies used to go to Dubai, and I didn't know about the China part, but they used to say they used to go to Dubai for this prostitution, actually, to make money.
Yes.
And then they come, I think, Nacheyombeke or something like that, to come back here to invest or whatever.
Yes. So, since I was in that field, oh my God, everything was, you could look at them and say, what? Most of them, they were in pain. They tell you, some woman, me, these bosses were my friends. They told me, no, even you can do it. You go in Kampala, pick like 10 girls, bring them there, and you start collecting money. As if, someone even used to brag. Me, I have my Gaga, these Gaga buses. They have, for them, they don't need service. My Gaga buses, they don't need service. Not buying for them tires. They don't need to go to the washing bay. The engine has broken down. No, it is okay. Every time I'm just milking my money.
Referring to the woman as the Gaga bus.
Yes. And they could brag. And by the way, they used to make money.
Of course.
If you were faint-hearted, you could enter that business. Because someone having 20 girls and is getting $2,000 every day, that is a lot of money.
Of course.
That is side business.
Of course.
But me, what I did, I said no. Sometimes you scratch my back, I say, now what am I going to do? Me, I'll not enter that business. No, never. But I can transfer money.
Like Western Union.
Give me $100, you receive it in Kampala. That's what I told the girls, and there were many. And we are lucky. They did the exchange rate. Today I think it was 3,600 something. So you can tell him it is 3,200, 3,150. Okay, and now let me give you 400,000 US dollars. Then you say, and you give it to my family. I have kids to go back to school. It gives you call the shop in Kampala. There is a certain woman coming like this and this and this and this, give this money. But my dear, tell your people it is not there right now. They should go there tomorrow morning. Even you have that allowance to look for that money. But it was too much. So that's what I did. As these people were bragging, that now, for me, I have my money, my Gaga buses, I can collect. For me, that's what the business I was doing. But, so, doing that business, I came to understand so many things. Because I could interact with those girls a lot. Some of them used to come and tell me, Becca, I've taken 1 year minus going in my periods. Because the boss does not allow them. 6 months, the boss says, you go in your period for 3 days when I'm not getting money.
So what do?
They take tablets, they go. We have what they call pharmacies. But those things were sold in the sex shops. Those tablets, not in pharmacies. Sex shops, you go, but they take. There's bleeding stops.
Wow.
But you look at this, it's called the lower abdomen. It swells because you have not gone in the period for for 3 months. So these girls were going through a lot. Then by the time I went, another challenge. There used to be so many Nigerians. And every Nigerian man was holding a Ugandan passport. Why? It was very easy to get. You just needed money, like 1 million, you give it to passport office man.
And they give you.
And they give you a passport. So those were the problems in Uganda. But money-wise, we had money. We got the money. And as I've told you in the first place, we have to differentiate these two things. The first money I got, I was young.
The one of the garden.
It was taken by my mother. And I could not mind. But at this point, this is where I had to use the things I told you, the discipline. First, you have to use the discipline. You have to be disciplined. Ego, no. Pride, no. You have to be down to earth. Let people talk for you. Don't talk for yourself. Just be the last. If people say this, just be the last to talk. Now, going back to China, we found these challenges. Girls tell you things. But these people, they know. But these people are so rich. These people are extremely rich. First and foremost, they were making businesses for themselves. They were making business. They have a lot of money. And even this was an additional. It's getting, now I knew someone, he was having like 50 girls, getting $5,000 every day. That's a lot of money. In a week, this is a man who could do $35,000. And that is an addition. So he was coming here, buying the land, and himself was a very rich man. Oh God. But I reached, it was okay. Then we were taking food with a certain gentleman. We talked about it. Then he told me about the worm. I think all of us, worms. They are in the stomach. Some worms are so stupid. They can kill you, the owner.
The source of their food.
Yes, and they forget that you are source. Because if you don't eat, they will die. So they can kill you, thinking for them they will stay. So this man told me to banga njoka. The thing is too much. We went and asked to see the speaker at that time. We presented.
The speaker at the parliament?
Yes, at the parliament. I think it was Rebecca Kadaga by that time. And second, I think, it was second. It was Kadaga. Then we talked. After talking, these people, they don't know what is happening. So that is outside Uganda. We don't know what is happening. After, they gave us someone to follow. We followed with someone in China. After following, they knew what was taking place. And they said, yes, it is still right. Yes, it is taking place like this and this and this. Then after, and me, actually, I have to thank the government. Because when we talked about this, immediately, and even how we conducted from the other side, because this man told me, you are going to find your daughter. After 10 years, you are going to find your daughter when he's in China.
True.
Oh, your daughter, a daughter of your brother, or a daughter of your friend, or a daughter. How will you feel? You're moving and you find on the street, you find a daughter of your friend, your best friend. Let's work on this thing as early as possible. So we came, we went to the government, we went to the parliament, then we got an order to the president, and everything. They promised us that this thing is going to be solved now and then. So we come back. I was telling you about the culture in Japan, because not marrying I have a very funny story. You know, I've told you about these prostitutes. They could tell us the stories. They used. Now one Chinese man came and bought a Ugandan girl. But I've told you they don't shave. So he undressed himself without shaving the armpits, the what. So this woman asked him, why? Told him, my wife, we are like that. It is an abomination here. Even my wife will ask me why I did it. I say, okay, it's okay. So this woman stubbornly enough went to it's called a supermarket.
Bought a shaver.
No, Vimtom. You know Vimtom? It is cream. They put...
Oh, like a hair remover. Yes.
This man didn't know. So he put it in the armpits, even down, as they are in the bathroom. Then when he poured on the man water, everything just would fall out. So those are the stories we were hearing from those girls.
He was pissed.
He tried even to touch those things, put them back by hand, thinking that they'll go back on the body. Then even he didn't do anything, he was crying, saying, what am I going to tell my wife? Everything had gone. It was like something like just fell off. So that is culture. That is culture. So such people, they don't shave, they do. So that is the story I was telling you that I'm coming to. But in China, it was okay. Till China was good. We made good money. We invested. Till like 2018, things started changing. That's when the government increased the taxes. We were paying like 50 million to 200 million a container of spare parts. And now the Chinese, when they started seeing us, then they started the credit facility. Come, I lend you two. You come for one container, I lend you 2 containers. But after you
send me the money.
You sign, and as you send me the money. That thing. When someone gives you things, that's what I've been telling you. Those Chinese, but you people from Africa, you understand. I'm telling you, I think we don't understand. Because you can come to buy this phone. Someone I want this iPhone. I think iPhone. But if someone tells you no, so if you are taking this and you'll give me the money later. Even if he gives you an iPhone 6, you'll take it. Do you know that?
Yes.
You think you'll say, but since he has told you, we have that thing in mind that we don't want to pay back. So that's what they used to do. Cream, they sell. Then the store, he tells you this, let me give you this container.
You don't have to pay me today.
Yeah, you'll pay later. Now, for you have that pride. This time I've taken 3 containers. But forgetting you have 1 yours, having cream, 2, having dead stock. Now you have nothing. Our regime, most people fell in that trap. In my regime, I refused.
And this was from China?
Yes. I refused. The time I went in China, I never took things for credit. However much they cried for.
I'm sorry. If if you've bought one cream and let's call it first class.
Yes, first class.
And this one is dead stock or clearance. And you reach here and you're not able to sell this one, but you already wrote commitment that you're going to pay the Chinaman. How is he going to recover this money?
They came here and they recovered their money.
They came in the country?
They came in Uganda. Even, I can just give you a story. There is someone, very rich man here in Uganda. They had the building. The building was taken.
So these letters they were signing, the commitment letters, were saying, I will pay you, but this is security?
No, you write it. I'm telling you. In Uganda, what I'm saying, those people why they are saying that, we have something wrong. You ever bring someone here and give him employment and tell him you sign him? 80% will not read, will just sign.
Of course.
That is Uganda. 80% will not read. They will. So most of these people, they're just signing even not knowing what they have written. So excited of the containers they are giving them. My dear, very many people fell in that trap. Me to stand here, it has been a long story. It has just been lack of God. But, in my regime, those people we started with.
And they were saying, but you Africans, but you Ugandans, do you...
Africans.
Do you really understand?
Yes. No, let me tell you, someone even went to the extent of telling me you know that, one asked me that if you people who come here, you are a representative of the many remaining. And you who come here, at least for you, at least brave. Enough. If at all we look at you, for us, we consider you not to be so brave. Now, what about those ones you left in Africa? That's what they were asking me. And I asked them, why are you saying like this? Some of them told me, some even of people come, they don't even know how to count. To exchange this money, you hear him calling in Uganda to exchange because he cannot calculate, R&B. You have to calculate that. If they tell me this money, it has to be this in China. But he doesn't, he calls in Kampala. Tell him the exchange rate. Then they say, no, there is something wrong. So that is the problem we get here in Uganda.
Is that still going on today?
Yeah.
Because the language barrier is still an issue.
No, the language barrier was solved. In China, the language barrier was solved. Living alone in Japan, it's not solved. I've been there, but in Japan.
In China?
So in China, it was solved.
How?
No, I've told you, they are eager. They have sent their children to school. They can speak now English. They have learned. I know someone, I'll greet you. It's called Loy, Taliban. I call him Taliban, meaning big boss. Taliban, Ta means big. Laban, big. In China, Laban is in boss. In Japan, Sacho is boss. So this one in China, this is a boy. I found he could not speak English. Very eager. After doing my work in the evening, he could drive his car, come to my hotel, tell me, Becca, with a pen and the paper, how do they call this? Chigasama. This, what is this? How do they call it? You tell him, and even me, he taught me Chinese. We exchanged.
The key words.
Yeah, the key words. Even me, I was telling him the key words for business. This one, you tell him that this one is called this. He writes. But in Chinese, he writes this, breaking it in Chinese. When he reaches, he calls you, Becca, this mango. No, mango. You see, he was so eager now, but right now we can speak very good English. Very good. So for them, they were eager, not like Japanese. For them, they were eager, and they love business. And my dear, they have really, 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 really become rich. Not like Japanese. Chinese are really, really, really rich. Because for them, I can see there are some people I found. You know, I've been in China for the last 13 years, going to China 13 years, 14 years. But I've seen, you see a family, you know, for them they're in family, you see a certain family, but now these families, they told you, I'm in Canada, I have this, now they're rich. And they know what to do. But that is now China, but right now I was telling you about the taxes, they brought here taxes, and taxes were a lot. So we went and looked at ourselves. Me, I changed so fast. I looked at myself. 1 year, I paid around 1.2 billion taxes.
Wow. That means you made way more.
No. Investment, zero.
In this lifestyle, fast life?
No. Recently, investment, zero. You have made, but you calculate you have given the government 1.2 billion. I sat home. I looked at myself, no, I think I'm now the servant of the government. But if you hear even the president is discouraging people to go abroad. I think you have been hearing his speech. He's discouraging people. But you know, if you are in a home and you hear a father of the homes discouraging something, that thing will not work in that home. I had that man discouraging taxes. Oh, no, going up. You take our money, every time he's complaining. You are taking our money abroad. So I had, I think this man is not. That's why he has been increasing the taxes to
limit, to restrict.
You know, those days, I can tell you, if you, 1 year, you are seeing a very big difference. 2 years, a very big difference. Then I called my team, friends. I told them, this thing is not taking us anywhere. Let's transform as early as possible. Hey, for them, no. You know that thing, you are the one who are seeing the things upside down. For us, we are still seeing the things. Me, I diverted. What I did, importing small scale. What can I do here that can give me money? Service. Because if you look at people even here, look at it, we have to have examples. Drake, it's not importing anything right now. Abokera, it's not importing something. Moses Kayungu, not importing. These people telling me they're very rich people. And I talk to them. But I'm forgetting them. But he's a very good friend of mine. I knew him. I escorted him when he was going to buy. I knew him we were in this motorsport, he used to come and buy. Then we became friends. We went together to buy. He bought the machines in US. But he's just providing a service. It's not importing. Just bring that thing once, you pay the taxes, you get the service. But he's a very rich man. Very down to earth man. Very down to earth. That's why even he's in the first family, because he's down to earth. But most people now they are giving. Look at the rich people. Drake, service. Put one room, come and pay service. And a piece of advice. You find business in town. Me, I'm over in town. People have shops. You see a shop. One sells land, gets 200 million, comes, opens up a shop. After he uses that shop for 1 year, capital is finished. He goes, another one. You know, as I've told you, it's like a bar. I was talking to someone, I'll not say the name. That man, he told me, Rebecca said to the Yakoba still. I'm not saying it in the back.
Yes.
Then I asked him, how?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Explain to me. And it is the truth. Someone sells land, opens up a shop. You pay this guy rent.
He owns like a mall.
He has like 4 malls, 5 malls. You go. And he told me, they'll never get finished.
They will still come and rent.
shops in Kampala, are they full? But sincerely speaking, you and me, what percentage is making profit?
It's true. You know, I'm sorry for cutting you short. I was watching a person that I follow, business lady in the US, Sanchez, I think she's called. She said that retail business has a 90% chance of failure within the first 2 years. Because if you buy things, first of all, you're hoping that someone will come to the location where you are physically. You're hoping they will want the things that you have. If it is a shirt, that it will fit them, it will be in the same color, they will be ready to buy it, they will have the money to buy it, and they can try it on. But there are very many probabilities that you have to overcome to sell this shirt. And that is just a shirt. And then the profit that you're making, you're not going to triple it, you're not going to double it.
You cannot.
Right? So before long, you find that you have things which have dust on that particular shop. Then if you look at the shops in downtown, in the malls, in the arcades, they have these, what are they called? Abayiribi at the entrance.
Yes, at the entrance, yes.
Boys, girls, listening, like what you were saying in Kisekka Market, listening to what the customer is saying. Before long,
so that's what I was telling you. Someone told me the truth. I saw my money was dying in China. I brought it here. Because here, people here who can give me rent. He sells his land, he brings and rents a house, like a shop. He is there for 2 years and he goes. Another one, they will never get finished. He told me they will never get finished. They are like rich people. Today this one is becoming poor, another one is becoming rich. For you just have to be in the service. Hey, and I said, okay.
And he had seen the mall service in China.
Yes.
And then he came.
He came and made it here. But that's the service. You have to be in the service. Balam is in the service.
Yes.
What does he import? It's in service. Because the things in there. Go to one time. Yes. Go to family events. I used to work for them. Steve Jean is a very good friend of mine. But you could see cars taking his in service. He just goes, okay, imports the things. Once replacing that thing, it will take some good time. Service is okay. But importation, when even you hear the president is Uganda, I've seen so many people, I don't say many names, but now there's a very big difference. Things have changed. So I caught some of my money. Said, now what are we going to do? Made one garage. That is a service. Made the second garage. He went to organizations, asked for jobs, services, contracts. They gave them to me. Bought carriers. Transfer these cars from point A to point B. You are sleeping, they are calling you, and they put 100,000 on your phone without taxes. That is a service. And like my 2 shops. And some of the money I constructed some houses for people to come and rent. But people getting money and running to China, it's a very big. Okay, but most people you see, I know someone. He got around 900 million. But right now, even if you ask him 1 million or 500, he doesn't have. Because of that. So that thing is killing the morale here in Uganda for business. Look, there are some things you have to look at as someone who uses brains. Now, I was talking to someone about, he wanted to buy a car. He wanted to get it abroad. I told him, I may involve you in this conversation, but it is okay. That guy got it new?
In the bond.
In the bond. Okay. Now, people buy cars in the bond. Me, that's my belief. People, but me, I'll never buy a car in the bond. I just leave someone to first drive it for some time. Not like yours. It is well maintained. Now, if you sell it to me, what will I put?
Nothing.
Right now. Huh?
Fuel, just
But in the bond, what did you put?
several things.
But when you talk, but there are cars out there that are in good condition. But here in Uganda, everyone is crying. I want a number. I want a new number plate, which is okay. But there are some things I look at. I think I look at them in a different way. But no, I'm not alone. We are many in that circle. There is a way we look at such things. Now there is someone. I was end of the year. I was talking to some gentleman. He's called Moses Kayongo. He's the owner of Zion Arcades. He's a good friend. We're talking. I told him, man, these days money is scarce. You know, he has been telling me, ever since I've been telling this thing, don't say that thing anymore. If you say that, it means either your brain is the one which has stopped working, or there is a problem. Then he asked me, we are on which number? I told him UBS. At the beginning of the year. Which number was it? So you mean these cars are being bought by foreigners? So yes. That means your head is the one which has stopped working. Then just give me a simple example. For him, he doesn't go abroad. He told me, let me give you an example. I bought some cattle. 50 pieces of cattle. He was testing. He had some land. There is nothing. Then they told him, you buy some cattle. He bought them. Told me 650 each. Calves, not cattle, calves. The young ones. 650 each. Bought them in December 2023. He sold them in December 2024, January.
1 year later.
1 year. 1.7 each.
3 times.
3 times. But they have been, there's not just one person.
No maintenance.
No maintenance. You're just telling me things, how people make business here. Don't you know? Here in Uganda, money is still there. But you'll find people, they want to go abroad. But what is failing here? It's because us here in Uganda, we just want to be employed. We don't want to be entrepreneurs. Because if you go to America, these are entrepreneurs. You'll find someone you're working for. He has a small house like this one. But because he's an entrepreneur somewhere, we make a small shop. But you bear. And what he does, even you can do it in your country. Sure. But you say, no. Let me go to America. You have left your wife here, your relatives, and even your family is broken. Please, Ugandans, let's try to think twice. Money is still in Uganda. Let's try to have examples. Let's try to ask people. I ask people. Those who have told you, when I'm with Balak, I ask him, how have you made it? He explains to me. Moses, when I'm with Muhammad in Sirikwa, I ask him. That one is a colleague. But there's some people, when I meet Drake, I try to ask him, how have you made it to this extent?
We need these people on this show to ask them this same question.
I'll go there. And when I go to Nabukera, I've been to Nabukera, I've rented one building but sometimes people say he's bragging. He has a certain arcade is in Kisekka. He found someone riding a bicycle. He called him. He first come here. The boy came. He told him, these things they don't join. This is an arcade. A bicycle is not allowed. We are selling spare parts. What does a bicycle enter? If you're in a wrong place, you go at least and dress a place you go because you don't fall into this. There are no bicycle spares here. They are car spares. And you're riding a bicycle, even if your Have you ever found someone selling car spares and you're riding a bicycle? You're in the wrong place. I just have to ride a motorcycle, not a bicycle. And people say, but sometimes, I've been with those people. One day, I went to her. He told me, people who are in the market, they have to be beginners. Once you get capital, leave the market. Now, okay, she gave an example. When I was in Masaka, told me, I was in Masaka, I left the market, I came to Kampala. When I saw that I have something, I left Masaka in the market, I came to Kampala. That is my success. And all people who have done this, they are okay. There's nothing as bad as being in so many people, so many behaviors. So
the environment.
At a certain time I left the market. Although the shop is there, but I left because I could not fit. My brain told me, no, you are not fit. This is where you got the capital. Through the market. Then move somewhere else. And people should be very vigilant with international trade. This one I'm telling them. They are being lied. Do this. There are some things here that people can make and get some good money. Or if you go abroad for international trade, try to make very good thorough research of what you... Because I've seen people, they have killed themselves. They tell him, this is this, he goes to China, things change thoroughly. So that's what you have to do. But I'm glad for the time you have given us, for the time you have given me to talk to the people. So let's pray that all where I've put emphasis, those remarks, they take them very, very seriously. Yes.
I'll tell you a story. When I was on campus, a friend of mine told me that he was selling dry fish at Bunagana, at the border.
I know. That is in Kisoro.
Yes.
I've never been there.
He told me this business works very well. We can do it. I said, it's okay. So I think I went and borrowed some money, and he told me his mother was making the dry fish. So he brought 2 sacks of dry fish. We boarded the bus to Bunagana. We reached there. The market was the next day. No one, absolutely no one was interested in my fish at all. And there was no other fish there as well.
Yes.
The man was not there himself. There was no fish, absolutely nothing. Some lady, out of pity and mercy, saw me with this fish, and the market was now coming to the end. I said, boss, what's going on? I said, I was told this. They said, she bought this, not even clearance price. It was like a giveaway for me to get it.
Yes, at least go back to Kampala.
You understand? The issue of research, I cannot overemphasize it. And you have really touched on it well. You have to really, really research.
Yes.
Your friend, the URA man, he researched, he went with you, he was concerned, he held your hand, he brought out, you can see his progress was there because of the research he was taking. And I agree with you, without research.
If you had researched and at least went to Bunagana, because it is less, reached there, at least made some research.
Seeing how it is,
Yes.
one market time before going.
Yes.
I didn't.
And that is the problem as people here in Uganda. That's why I think you move around shops. Today you find a different person. Me, what I realized, all the arcades, I think it is like 5% that is making money. You go on all arcades.
And some of them even are empty.
But why? People just hear, let me do this. But there are some things now like you find. Now, have you ever imagined these border people? You know that these people make money? Because they don't pay taxes. Me, I was somewhere on a holiday. end of last month. People are struggling. They know they went abroad to make money, but they're struggling with taxes. Tells you I'm getting 8 million. Taxes, I pay 6. I remain with it. But 2 is not enough. You understand? That's why people are struggling. But Yemen is fighting hard. Do not know about the people making money. At least they can get like 30,000 every day. 30, that is 900,000. And I'm telling you 30 minus expenses. He tells you 30 at home they have eaten. He has eaten large. He has done each and everything and remains with 30,000. And secondly, even lastly, what I want is pride. People are making money. Those jobs, casual jobs people are looking at, people are making money out of them.
You raise a good point. The same lady that I was telling you about, Cody Sanchez, yes, I remember Cody Sanchez. She said that the dirtier the job, the more money in that job. Actually, Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, owns, I think it is CWS, a commercial waste service in the US, the biggest, they take all the garbage and all these things. Richest person, and he's owning this thing. The same thing you're talking about, dirty money. Call it dirty money.
Yes. Me, I tell, there is a quote. I think on this show, you have to put it there, I'll give it to you. For us, we come from humble families. It was just about humble families, blah, blah, blah. We are not in this world to compete with anyone. You know, people like that competition. For us, we're not in this world to compete with anyone. But we just want to change the world, our families, that things that our families failed. If our father did not buy a car, at least me, let me buy it. But we're not in competition. But you find so many people are in competition. They do so many things out of competition, which is not right.
For a young man, like you started off as a kid actually, but for a young man, youth right now, you know, our youth are 60% or so. Unemployment rate is very high.
Yes.
For a young man who wants to start business or to start something, what advice do you have for them based on your own experience? This is number one. And number two, at your place of work currently, do you have do you talk to youth? Do you train them? Do you give this knowledge? Because now we have you here, but when you are away, are you doing this?
I do it. We are in Kampala. It used to be, he used to call it what? Kampala. It was KCCA. KCC, which was?
Kampala
City Council.
City Council, yes.
Now it is called?
Capital City.
No, it is called what?
KCCA.
Meaning?
Kampala Capital City Authority.
Do you know why? They put that thing capital. I always emphasize capital. In Kampala, to stay in Kampala, you have to build the capital. This is to the young. And capital is not money only. No. Patience is capital. Not having ego is capital. Research is capital. That is what is called Kampala. If you miss this one, you people call it Kampala capital, Kampala City Authority. If you miss capital, you will go to Kenya, you will go to America. First, you have to be intelligent. Okay, patience. Patience, if you are sometimes patient, it may create you some small money. Because now, like you may start this business, but you say, no, me, I have my determination. Even determination is capital. I think all my story, you have had determination.
Yes.
It is capital. After determination, some patience. Because you're not going to start getting money immediately. That is capital. After there, you we have started getting some money. Amalala ego, no? Come to earth. Fourth, respect. Respect the people you are getting this money from. Fifth, a car has mirrors. There is a side mirror on this side mirror on the left, and the driving mirror. Even you use these mirrors on yourself. Look, where am I? Now, yes, today, yesterday I was talking to my brother. The shop. The customer came, wanted something. He was my customer. But I referred him to him. So, no, let this one help you. But that thing, we didn't have it. So this man told me, I'm at my workplace, let him bring it, I give him the money. Then I told my brother, you can pick something and you give it to him. He said, okay. Now, my brother was in a mess. He called me, he's in the market. The Nigerian man has this thing. He's selling it 140. Others are selling it 180. But this 180, these people of 180, they can give it to him without, and he goes and gives the money. But this Nigerian man of 140 cannot give it to him. So it means you just put money in your pocket. Because it is the same. Then what I did, I sent him the 140 because he didn't have it, and he bought it from the Nigerian man. He took it and they gave him 180. So, but then I asked him, what lesson have you learned? I will not say that you don't have the 180 because even you pay school fees for someone of 2 million, 1 million. So try to move with some money because money sometimes is needed in a certain corner. What I forgot to tell you, me starting up in Kisekka, I forgot to tell you this. I saw their weakness. He gets 300, blows it off. So me every day I could come with 500,000. Younger, how much I put interest. Mutwala, I want 20. Later, and you cannot. He goes up because he has work. He goes, he uses this 100, he comes, he gives me 120. I want 250. If I give you 200, I want 250. So that thing also helped me. So yes, man, not money lending, but for the short term. Yes. And you know that you can give someone 100. He goes, uses this 100, as I told you, and you could get like 400 or 300. He gives you back the 120, he remains with the 280 and blows it off. Tomorrow he comes without money. That is the big problem. So that was the time in Kisekka. Because money was a lot and people could not mind. But I want to kunyanja, we on the lake. Every time you have to get the fish. The fish is there. So do you have anything you have to, because I saw you had something.
I have many questions.
Yes.
First, this point you were mentioning about the Nigerian and the other shop. Here you were talking about mental capital in this case, because the person did not have the money, but he had seen that the Nigerian has an item is selling at 140, the other one is selling at 180. So there is some arbitrage there, difference of 40, and you lent him the money, the 140, and he made 40 himself. So here you were touching on, you were highlighting the point of using mental capital, even if you don't actually physically have money.
Yes, because I've told you this is Kampala Capital City Authority. You have to be. That's why they changed it. It was Kampala City Council. You have to be with the capital to be. And the people think that capital is money. No. Those things I've told you, those factors. They're the one that make Kampala Capital City Authority. If you lack capital, you are not there. You have to be with the capital. And capital, as I've told you, you have to be very intelligent, patience, determination, so many things. Money will come in, but no one is born with money. But people, we are born intelligent. We are born intelligent. You can be patient. You are born when you are patient. When you are disciplined, you are born like that. Then capital comes in. So you have to have these factors. And when you see customers, sometimes someone I was with, he had got some good money. Whenever you could move with a polythene bag with money. You have a lot of money. Hey, you mean it as a example, there was no name. So we have, but that is not good. You find someone kneeling on someone's car, no more bragging. That is not good.
Tell me, Becca, your journey and your experience has been very varied. It is not the ordinary person's journey. And this is why I did not even interrupt you really that much. Because there are so many angles, and if we are to dig into all of them, it will take us forever, right? What I want you to do for our viewers, please, if you can, when you look at this whole thing, all these years up till today, from your very sharp education, you performed very well, the businesses, that adventurous spirit, telling us about the life in Japan, I was thinking to myself, could I really have gone there and start from scratch and do that? The time in China, the time at the market, all the things that you've done here. For you, 1, 2, maybe 3 lessons that you have learned, key lessons that you have learned. Okay. What would you say?
Key lessons. Yes. Key lessons. 1, I think, I've been changing, as I've told you. If you do something and you see today it's not working, try to change, but in the same line. Because at first, I told you I was in all Japan, they used. China, there's no used. It is new. Then from new carriers, it is related to cars. Garage is related
to cars.
So everything I've been, at least, try to put some spices. Katunguru, chumu, cochimeal. Then put some spices, but in the same. So it could be something. Now, if you enter something and parallel, it's going to take you time to master that thing. Secondly, even being down to earth. I've worked on so many people. One day, I worked on someone's car. But it came as a coincidence. I went to work on someone's car. Told me my car is very expensive. You have to work on it at home. So many orders. I said it is okay. I worked on the car. Finished the car. But all the mistreatment, underlooking, what? Then a certain visitor came. After a certain visitor came, this man knows me so much. I will not talk the name. He came to see this person. Hey, you are the one making this. Hey. So this madam inside had us interacting. When he came, find us hugging. Then we entered as junior at gentleman. Then this person who came, he's like this and this and this. So the other thing I had, you come on the dining table and we eat lunch. But that was the first time to enter into that person's home. Because I had been there for 2 days, but stopping outside. But from that day till I could come, he'd give me breakfast on the dining table.
Before you go under the car?
Yes. No, I could not. I don't go under the car, I just supervise. I tell them what to do because of my experience. But now we go to, you leave those ones, you first come and take breakfast. But I was mistreated in the first place. So sometimes you have to be patient, you have to be obedient. However much God has put you somewhere, try to be down to earth. That thing will help. And another one is research. I've said, try to research. Now I know some businesses, you have to research. You might meet someone in the same business. He goes, maybe in their family they sell land. He's given 1 billion. You don't know because you're not in their family. He comes in this business and splashes money. You start saying, oh, business, no. No, I think I got the money. No, not knowing where he got the money. Just research.
Take your time.
Move in your lane. That's why even in the roads, we put lanes. And lastly, let's move as the roads.
What do you mean?
As you are seeing the road, let's have this journey in the world as if you're on the road. Because they always say, keep your lane. You just keep your lane. Don't overtake. Keep left. You keep left. Because sloping down, in the world you slope down when you have a lot of money, you are sloping down. Uphill ahead, those are the difficulties. So those are the key factors in this world.
Becca. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I have truly enjoyed it, and I have learned a lot. I'm sure our viewers have learned a lot as well. We want to wish you success in everything that you do, continued growth, adventure, more experiences and stories, and success overall.
I accept it. And to our viewers, don't take it that I know it all. No, I've just given you only my things that are in my head and just in my experience, but I don't know it all. I thank you, our viewers. Thank you very much.